It's actually going to be a little bit more presence here than I initially expected. After he got himself that clutch, able to outlive all of D+ and get quick of Al-Ula, really Furia. If they lose that one, I feel like a gap would instantly be created by Influence Rage because of how consistent they were on day 2. So actually them able to get the full reset genuinely might have just saved them to win here if they can take it the entire way.
Yeah, it's totally possible. I mean, Furia have a great start. Influence Rage as well. So Influence Rage are going to still have all 4 up. And if either of these teams win this game with that many points, with a great amount of eliminations, I mean, we could easily see them hit the smash zone here. So many things to keep track of. These teams in the middle desperately need the win as well, man. I mean, we're going to see just teams play this very, very carefully. That's why we're into Rondo, 13 minutes in, still 61 remaining. The only players out so far are from Aurora.
And they can't get recalled. So Doc with the Roadster, the brand new quickest vehicle in the game. Could be good to try and dodge a few bullets coming your way. But it's going right next to TIANBA. Oh, no. Okay, yeah, definitely want to do a bit of a U-turn. That would be the worst. I mean, especially if they do get the final elimination, you know TIANBA are just going to play it super safe. Because the thing is, TIANBA, even though it's a Rondo, you don't have to go for a big elimination game. A decently consistent top 3, even top 5 with a few elims here and there. And you know what? TIANBA making it in the Smash Run in game 1 alone. So that is what they're going to try and go for. So this is a bit scary of a situation, though, where a team is looking to get in the Smash Run hot tricks and they start playing very passive. That is when teams that are looking to be more aggressive and try and catch up to the top squads can really start to do some big mistakes. So TIANBA, I know what you're trying to do. But you've got to be careful. If you're forced in a situation where you need to play aggressive, don't just try and retreat and play it very slow. You need to commit to the fights when they come your way.
Yes, you do. You cannot hesitate at this point. Doc gonna blow up that vehicle. He found a spot in this circle and is actually pretty dead center. But yeah, let's see how long he's gonna be able to last in this position. Being close to this rock is great, but you're not gonna be able to terraform at all. Yeah, he's dead center zone. Let's see where this next zone decides to go here. Okay, it's gonna go back down south. We are going to see a lot of players eliminated now. 54 seconds on the clock. Furia are going to have to push on in. We're going to have to see pretty much the entire lobby have to push into this next zone. The only teams that are really set up so far are going to be D+, RRQ, All Gamers, and TIANBA. Everybody else, starting to make the move here. Doc now having to defend his position. This rock, he's like, this is my rock. Got one.
Yeah, he gets them a little bit closer to that smash zone. One player sending it forward is going to be lost, taking a bit of a beating, but still, that is going to be game over for Doc and Aurora this match. The S2G sending it round to that rocky formation, and their cars are getting absolutely peppered from all the teams looking their direction. But still, as you can see on the rankings, that does put Aurora up in first place, tied up with TIANBA. It's going to be down to the wire between those two squads.
Yeah, we're going to see, maybe not, though, because, I mean, we got a lot of match left to go here, and the question is, who's going to win it? And also, how far are Aurora going to go down on the leaderboards? Hamsuji does get a little bit of a room here with this dip, but it's not steep enough. Yeah, he's like, you know what, we got to do a little bit more digging here before I take this position. As he's looking a little lost. He's like, where do I go? Okay, let me find a spot here. There's quite a few teams have found a position in this next zone, but Bigatron are going to have to push on out. But they are currently in an engagement with Weibo. Does look like Furia are sneaking into this next zone as well. Man, these rotations, so crazy. I'm surprised we didn't see more teams get beat up on rotate here.
Yeah, by the way, we did have a full reset from Al-Ula, despite losing a lot of their players back in New Orleans. So they're going to be back in this game in a pretty good form. As Influence Rage is going to be now in their scope. They're going to be spotting them from a distance. And Influence Rage not even in a circle. So Al-Ula, that is a fight that I wouldn't recommend taking just yet. Just wait for them to move up a little bit deeper. As we are at the halfway point of Phase 4, meaning the recall towers are going to be deactivated in just a few seconds. So these teams, if you're going to get eliminated, do it now. Otherwise, that is going to be you fully out of the game if you get eliminated. Though LGD looking for a round 2 fight. This time, not on Aurora. It's going to be on the boys from Furia that really just can't catch a break, it seems.
Yeah, they definitely can't. Chief, up close. Igor, a little bit too far away to get rezzed at this point. And LGD right there at the edge. But yeah, they had a really tough push in this circle. So I'm not surprised we're seeing Furia kind of get peppered here. But now LGD got their eyes towards D plus Kia. This is kind of a very interesting situation. This is one of those spots where you kind of want to just hold it, wait for the next zone, and depending on where that next circle goes, then to start to push. But LGD starting to creep up onto Nobu. Yeah, Nobu just laying down right now, just waiting for anybody to cross his path.
Good spot to Ayala. He's trying to get prone again. Oh, literally just a few pixels able to be hidden away over that ridge. LGD, though, actually, because of their position, D+, Chip's going to try and deny them peeking over, but he does get instantly put down to just insanely low HP.
Lucky.
But Notable just doing no noise with his teammate, really hoping they can get a bit of a backstab situation as TIANBA for the very first time in this game, looking to do a quick exit outside of this compound, which is in a circle, by the way. They're taking a bit of a risk, but it is going to pay off on Bigatron as they already get all those eliminations up to now 109 points.
Wow, TIANBA leaving the safety of that building to go out and get some of these eliminations. And they do. So now with this next zone, oh, look at that. That's all gamers. XEZ with a beautiful nade onto QZZ. That is going to hurt him. Aking's starting to throw some smokes, but it's going to be tough to save his teammate. And yeah, that is all over. Oh, in the bus! They got the elimination and said, all right, see ya.
Yoinks the Pico bus, and it works out. Actually, looking at the circle, their compound is not in zone anymore, so actually that was a really good move. Maybe they just predicted that, yeah, it is very unlikely the circle's going to favor our compound, so might as well send it on Bigatron while they are in a weakened state. Very good responsiveness from TIANBA. Now 7 points away, Hot Jukes, but as 2 players alone, we might have no players making in the smash zone. Actually, it's more likely Influence Rage could be the one to make it up there as they're up to 98, almost to the 100-point club. But now this is going to be the big fight. Look at the setup of D+ here. LGD, I would say, taking the fight to D+ would not be the best way to do it. I would go for maybe a wide western rotation to the likes of KRX or even FURIA, because D+ are fully ready for the fight as they spray them down, scare them off. LGD not willing to take that fight.
Nobu backing off for now. And it makes sense. This is outside of the play zone. I think both these teams need to kind of focus on trying to get into this next one because FURIA are going to be trying to gatekeep them. But this is a nice split between D+. They are rocking 2 already in this next circle. And Nobu and Sizzy, yeah, get in the vehicle. Avoid this engagement. Let's get with the rest of our team and try to soak up some points later on.
I really thought LGD was going to disengage, but no, they can actually just reposition very slightly to have a better ridge line and actually just fight D+ Kia. So what I thought was going to be a passive approach actually was just a quick repositioning plan. As though Mau, yeah, I love that play from D+ Kia. Just tighten up that 2-2 split into a 4-man position. And now, even those cover flares, I really don't think, Hot Jukes, that's going to be saving the day for LGD. As the blue zone is going to be on them in just a few seconds worth of time. That damage of phase 5 is going to be quite significant. It's now over to the other side of the circle. It's going to be back onto TIANBA, down to Eagle and Aking. Aking in particular putting up massive numbers during the entirety of this event. But not having QZZ. Now that could be a little bit to the detriment of TIANBA not having the main MVP contender here for this event out of the picture entirely. But you know what? Still a decent dip. It's in circle. Who knows? Maybe they can get those extra 7 points to make in the smash zone.
They're going to try, that's for sure. So is the rest of the lobby. Influence Rage looking very dangerous with 4 players up. Aki completes some nice pressures there onto KRX. And we are getting into the end game here. 35 players remaining. Hamsuji ended up getting that knock there. Al Ula are eliminated in 7th place. But I have a big feeling we're going to see one team.
Oh, no, Pedrino!
Oh, Pedrino!
Oh, he put the cover flare on himself. Oh, that's terrible when that happens. Oh, no, Influence Rage. Losing 1, maybe he gets the reset, but that is literally the worst thing that could happen. Luckily enough, they are in a decent position in the circle, Hot Jukes, but going out that way, oh, that's a feels bad man moment.
That has got to hurt, literally. TIANBA still have 2 up. They're trying to make some moves. Influence Rage. Did they end up getting up? I think he did. Yes. Okay. So they have all 4. And now the calm before the storm. Stage 6. But this is out of circle here. So TIANBA are going to have to push up, but it's going to be so difficult for them to get into this next zone. But let's see what they can do. Maybe they can try to sneak some eliminations here. And this battle is going to be raging out between Influence Rage and Thundertalk outside of the circle. AJ gets a nice knock on a little boy. And, yeah, I think they're just going to have to give him up here.
Thundertalk, they need to win this fight. If they want to make it to PMWC, they can't afford to fumble against Influence Rage. They do get an extra knock onto Loranzi, instantly flush it out, yet don't give them any room for a comeback. Influence Rage, give them an inch. They will take a mile. The blue zone not going to be making any friends with the Brazilian team. Nade is going to have some great peeks here, really
Oh,
just
the
jiggling all
zone.
over the place, making sure they can't secure that headshot. His movement is looking top tier. Though TIANBA finally getting pushed up on that ridgeline, but XCC getting a little bit too aggro and instantly punished. What a play. Now up to 111 points.
TIANBA getting that much closer to that smash zone. All they need is 5 more, but good luck trying to get into this next circle. Eagle, yeah, on fire. Goodbye. That is TIANBA out of there. And with 0 placement points, we are going to possibly see some more matches for sure. Who knows, though? We got Influence still alive. Okay, they are gone. Goodbye. Okay, so that is the top 4 teams gone. Now it's a chance, right, for RRQ, Nongshim Red Force, to put up a good game here and possibly usurp the top teams on our leaderboards.
I mean, especially EECA, with their position in the circle, I'm telling you, they could easily hold off the likes of All Gamers, even Thunder Talk, and RRQ. So that's going to be the big clash to see very soon, EECA versus RRQ, if they go for the full-on crash onto their location. Though All Gamers on the minimap, you can see it here, they're going for the engage. Flower H is going to be the first to fall. Nice headshot secured onto him, as Liu will be the next to get eliminated, and All Gamers are getting absolutely wrecked upon that transition. Nothing works out as planned, but same for S2G. They've been here for the longest time, and you know what? It really goes to show that if Doc was remaining undetected, he could have made it so far in this game, get maybe enough points to make in the smash zone. But S2G, unfortunately, that rock is just not in the zone anymore. The nades are huge. Kami is out. It's down to HamCG, the MVP contender from Turkey.
These are some great eliminations here from Nongshim. Now that's 93 points so far. The hard shift of this circle, this zone just straight went yeet all the way on over to D plus Kia, and they desperately need this game. They are in 10th place right here. If they want to get a chance at first, they need to win this game, and the door is open considering that our top 4 teams are already out of here. RRQ, 30-point game to end yesterday. Put them in such a good position. 0 eliminations now, but they have a decent spot. Let's see if they can start getting some elims here now as they push onto EECA. Here we go. Dead Boss hopping out the vehicle, gets knocked. Wex put in a blender here. He gets knocked as well. That's EECA eliminated.
I was confused what was happening there for a second, but you know what? We locked in onto the POV of one of the players of RRQ, and they do get himself a good fight. In those smokes, it's really hard to get it. The nade coming out onto HamCG. He does tank it a little bit further, trying to get some damage onto So Easy, Human and XEY, but I feel like that next nade is going to be the nail in the coffin. It's a good throw. It gets it done. That's it. S2G out of the game, locked in 14th position. Actually, that's going to be a good extra 4 placement points, but now 3 teams remain. Nongshim Red Force, RRQ, and D plus Kia. 2 South Korean teams and 1 Indonesian team who will be the one to claim the first chicken dinner of day 3 of the Macau finals.
Well, let's see what's going to happen here. Nongshim Red Force looking really good. They are on fire. 94 points. RRQ at 93. D plus. This is going to be intense, folks. Still quite a few eliminations there. Remember, first place, 10 placement points. 116 is the mark, though. If any team's able to hit 116, the next game, all they got to do is win 1 more, and this tournament is over. D plus far away from that mark, and they want to close that gap right here and right now. So let's see what D plus can do. They got a lucky zone shift before, but not this time. The zone does move away from them. Nobu is in this circle, though, and Nobu gets a nice knock. So the rest of his team, yeah, going to be rotating onto him. A beautiful rotation from D plus Kia here.
I mean, really, if you are the side of Nongshim or RRQ, want to get as many points as possible this game, just so in maybe the next match on the Wrangle, you can actually make it in the Smash Zone.
Yes.
So that's going to be what they're hoping for. And this will be a very important finish, actually, Hodrix, to deny points. If you cannot win this game, go out to the Blue Zone or nade yourself, Molotov yourself. I don't care. You don't want to give those extra points to your direct competition here for the trophy. As RRQ, I feel like that's going to be the team that's really going to be in the hot seat. This circle, they're in it for now, but Stage 8, I'm telling you, it's looking insanely unlikely they will be in a good spot. So without any vehicles whatsoever from what I've seen, this game just doesn't seem like it's going to be headed the way of RRQ. It might just be down to D plus Kia and Nongshim Red Force as D plus. Look at the setup on the map right now, Hot Jukes. An amazing 2-2 split. They're putting down all the cover flares. They get an airdrop just because why the hell not, I guess. D plus looking insanely well set up. They need to go for the win here if they want to have a chance at redemption in these finals.
Even if one of these teams gets every single elimination and wins the game, it's not gonna be enough to hit Smash, but it could be enough to rocket launch you into first place. So let's see what happens here. RRQ, Nongshim, gonna try to make things happen. The better the performance here, the easier it is to reach that Smash Zone in one of the next games. And D plus just trying to put themselves in contention here. And this is how you do it. They have the north side. Oh, they're rocking a 2-2 split. I love what D Plus is doing. They're always putting one player just right in the edge of the zone, and they have the rest of the squad try to get to him. But there's 30 seconds left on the clock. This is the last zone shift here. It's going to come down to who fights first at this point, right? That's what it's going to really happen. As, yeah, RRQ throwing some nades, just trying to see if they can get a lucky knock, but no one's there.
No, it's just trying to create dips, actually. You know about the damage, just about creating those little bit of safe haven inside the play zone, which I believe one of those nades actually did create a dip in the circle. So if they can make it there, that would be huge. They do have one car in working condition. Does it still have gas, though? Not sure, but I do believe it should. So, yeah, those cars able to be protected, especially that one roadster that does pick up speed very quickly in the most recent updates to the game. So if they can use that to get to that dip, that could be huge. And actually, it's going to be Gemfos trying to be out there creating that dip. He just crashed for a split second. Luckily enough, none of the bullets connect for D+. But Gemfos making it forward as Nordbull does get knocked. D+ might be missing out on a chance to get that chicken dinner as the circle really favoring none of these teams. But Nongshim Red Force remaining silent might be able to go for a nice third party to lock in that win.
Let's see what happens. RRQ just trying to get to safety here. XZY is able to get the confirmation onto Nolbu. Meanwhile, Fabian gonna have to hit some shots here to help out his teammates. As Nongshim Red Force, here they come on the push. Chintz is there with a shotgun. Does get one. Can he get two? He can't. So Nongshim Red Force taking full advantage here of that split. And they punish D+ Kia. That is them eliminated. It is now Nongshim Red Force versus RRQ. Here they come. Trying to come on the third party here. Here comes the full squad. They are sending it 2 versus 2. So easy getting some nice shots there on a Genfox. And with that...
MG3!
Oh, the MG3's out.
Oh, he's going for it. Come on, got to spam it. The nades coming in, though. He's going to find one. So easy. XEY taking on out. The Molotov on Hyunbin. He's going out into the blue zone. He wants to deny the point, not give it away. And it is going to be RRQ. All the odds were stacked against them, and yet they make it happen. And not only is this a chicken dinner, Hot Jukes, it's a back-to-back from Miramar right in Toronto.
Are you kidding me? Just how many points is RRQ gonna get? This back-to-back chicken dinner has got to be the most points we have seen in just 2 matches from a squad. They win the last one yesterday. Oh yeah, they're excited. They're hyped. Their whole region's got to be pumped up because RRQ are looking to steal this tournament away in just a few matches.
They were in 4th position, right? Tied up with FURIA around, what is that, 90 points. So this game literally gives all the hope back to RRQ that maybe the first place is not out of the realm of possibilities. There's so much to break down in that finish, though. Really, the way Nongshim Red Force rock up on D+ Kia, I am a believer that should have been instantly shut down by D+. The way they were able to rock up that mountain with a car, I'm so surprised. And actually, one theory I do have in that game finish, Hot Jukes, is I think RRQ just let Nongshim Red Force push up so they could third party it. I feel like that was the idea. Send the boys forward, let them take the fight, wound each other, and then we can get the win. As Firen becomes your game MVP here on Rondo.
There you go, 4 eliminations there, 42% team contribution. Yeah, what a play there. I mean, I understand Nongshim Red Force, they saw the split. They're like, hey, let's go get these eliminations and hold the spot. RRQ did a great job by not hesitating, setting those 2 players up. And with that utility, they were able to just shut down Nongshim Red Force. A great game from so many of these squads, though. An unfortunate one, though, on the side of Aurora. They just couldn't get things kicked off here as they lose 3 players early on, and then once again, and then Doc not able to make it happen against S2G.
Yeah, it was a bit of a tough one, but these replays have been super interesting, and FURIA Chief really just keeping the dream alive for his team. Really good play in that clutch as we look at also the POV of Doc. But I was thinking this could be the one time where the docketing actually saves Aurora and does something positive, but unfortunately S2G took him out, and that's a big issue when you try and go for a salvage play like that and you crash a car next to a rock. Everyone knows you are going to be hiding there, and S2G just thought, oh wait, a free car setup, it's a really good defensive spot, let's just send it. And it actually gets them really far in the game, so really good response from the Turkish team to get it done, as MCG though couldn't survive the incoming nades and utility from the side of NSR. And the push-up, I feel like this push-up in particular should not have been allowed in 1,000 years by the side of D+, but they still pull it off. And RRQ, though, rocking up, third-partying it with their utility and secure themselves. Literally, such an easy win. They didn't have to shoot a single bullet, it feels like, to get that win. So RRQ, again, on fire with the back-to-back wins.
Wow. In 2 games, Max, 46 points.
Whew.
How crazy is that? I mean, what a wild just comeback. Probably one of the most legendary ones I've seen, especially in such an intense lobby. But yeah, RRQ on top with 16. Nongshim are going to tie them with 16. D+ with 15. A lot of points. Very top heavy here. Overall, Influence Rage as well, getting some solid points on the board. And it's we're going to get 3 matches, at least minimum, today here, Max. That's for sure.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, generally, also going back to the game I was casting, and I was saying, RRQ, no way they're going to win that game. I love being proven wrong when a team, all the odds are stacked against them, and like, there's no way they win that game, and yet they do it. What an impressive showcase. And really, I was expecting more from this team back in PMGO Season 1 because you got Lepar, Genforce, like, it's such a stacked lineup when it comes to top-tier Indonesian players, and they finally deliver here. So RRQ really, really stoked about how they played in recent games. So, second page of the rankings. TIANBA, only 5 points. That's going to be still half the amount of points they needed to get in the Smash Zone. I'm really excited to see the leaderboards because with the points that have been secured, could we have a new first place team? I believe Nongshim Red Force needed the actual win to be first place, but I feel like in second place, it might not be Aurora anymore. It might be another team.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if RRQ ended up taking that because, I mean, with 16 points, that is a wild way to happen. Okay, all right. So yeah, all right. So Aurora, hold on. TIANBA still in first place, but RRQ are now tied with Aurora. What a crazy comeback.
What an insane step up from these guys. Also, D+ Kia, they were in 11th position, Hotchicks, before this game. Now in top 8, 80 points. That's a 31-point difference between themselves and first place. Technically doable. There is still hope for Nolbu to make it happen. But this is definitely looking insanely intense and close between every single one of these teams. The Aurora, that's the big issue, right? Their inconsistency. Sometimes they get these big 25-pointers. Sometimes they get these 4-pointers. Same for TIANBA. That's been a little bit topsy-turvy yesterday. And because of the point gap being so close for 116 points, Hot Jukes, anyone really from FURIA up to TIANBA could enter the Smash Zone. Six teams all at once could make it. Your dream could still come reality, Hot Jukes. Your demands might become a reality in Game 2. Oh my goodness.
Sometimes you got to drop that gavel and just say, this is what's going to happen. And you know what? Sometimes it does, right? Let's get it going here as we're going to be going into Erangel. Rest of the lobby here, just way too far out at this point. I think with how the top teams are performing, I mean, it's just not going to happen, right? Hey, but D+, right? D+ did put themselves in the running for it, okay? So D+, Irina, Aula, if they win this next game with like 10-15 eliminations, sure, right? It's a possibility, but the likeliness of that happening and one of these top teams not reaching the Smash Zone is pretty crazy here. As we look at the elimination leaders, it's QZZ with 30, top right behind them with 28.
Well, I mean, Nolbu in particular here, they made it so far in this game, he's able to catch up a little bit to the likes of Hyunbin, Top, and QZ, but it's going to be, I feel like it's going to be down to literally the last few games we play. I mean, depending on which is going to be the last game, right? Because now we don't have anyone in the Smash Zone, but as you said, at least we're going to get 3 games, so that gives a little bit of a window of opportunity for Hyunbin and Nolbu to get a big elimination game and actually catch up to the big boys up there in Top and QZ. But in terms of damage, I feel like Top still might be number 1 because he plays with him in E14 usually, even though he couldn't really use as much as he wanted. But actually, second place is going to be taken away from QZ, and Loranzin from Influence Rage is going to represent Brazil here on the high stage and be second place just behind Top.
Loranzin making it happen there. Almost 6,000 damage. Way to go, Influence Rage. They're currently sitting in 5th place with 101 points. So again, folks, 116 is the goal. So a team has to reach 116 points first, and then in the next game or any game after that, if they win it, they are automatic champs. So just to kind of give a theory, right, Max? Let's say match 3, we have 5 teams in that 116 point range. If the 5th place team wins a game, they automatically are champions, right? So it's pretty wild to see, and I can't wait to see how things turn out here as the FMVB contenders. It's still between Top and QZZ, and it makes sense.
Yeah, this is always going to be the main conversation that's been happening pretty much since the group stage, right? And it just keeps going down that exact same pathway. So yeah, top QZ, who's going to be the one to secure it? Make sure to put your prediction down in the comments. We'd love to see who people think will be getting the trophy. Though it would really suck if Top gets another global MVP award and still can't win the global trophy. This man is cursed to some extent where he can easily get MVP, but the actual trophy, Hot Jukes, always taken away from his grasp at the very last second.
Well, you know what? He's got a lot more seconds left to go to make it happen. Let's see if he's gonna, as we're gonna go into Aaron Gale in just a few minutes.
Yo. I don't think they're ready for it. On the loose, on the loose, on the loose, on the loose. With the beast, on the loose, say the truth, on the loose. Off the chain, it's all the gauge. Yeah, getting wild, shot me out the cage. It's getting wild out here. One by one, we watch them all falling. It's getting wild out here. But I'ma be the last one standing. You can't stop what's begun. You can't stop a revolution. Come in, come in. It's getting wild out here. Yeah, it's getting wild, it's getting wild. Eating them, feast. Fire the most, tire the least. See them admitting defeat, and they so useless. I'm so ruthless. New phone, who this?
We are back, folks. You can see the crowd is hyped. I love to see all the different artwork and support for all of these local squads right now. And man, we had a great rondo to start things off. We're going to get into the meat potatoes of this match as we head into Aaron Gale. And the goal, 116 points once again, right? The team gets that, wins the next game. This thing is all over. TIANBA only needs 5 to get there. Aurora and RRQ need 10. So it could definitely happen in this match, Max.
Most definitely. And actually, I kind of want to open the conversation here because so many teams could be making it in the Smash Show in this very game, overtake 116 points. How many teams do you think are going to make it this game?
I think we're going to see one. I think we're going to see one do it. It could be possible with multiple, but with how intense this lobby is, because every single team needs a win here. Even if you go all the way down to, we're looking at AURORA right here, right? AURORA have 79 points. They need a minimum 20-point game if they want to make some kind of crazy comeback. And honestly, I'm putting anything as possible, Max, considering that RRQ got 46 points in 2 games, right? So you never know. You never know what can happen here.
But I know what's going to happen. I activated my observation hut right now. I peeked in the future, 20 to 30 minutes ahead in time, and I see that TIANBA making the smash zone, and an extra team will also secure it. And who could it be? Aurora, RRQ, Nocturne Red Force, Influence Rage, FURIA, maybe. No spoilers. I ain't going to tell you guys. No, it's I don't want to ruin the spectacle happening in front of your eyes, but I believe 2 teams will be making it here, mainly because TIANBA can just literally have a mid-game, an average game, Hot Tricks, and they can still make it in 116 points. They just need 5 to make it. They're currently at 111. Super easy for TIANBA. Literally, even a bad game could push them up there. But then you're looking at Aurora, RQ, all these other teams need 10 plus points. And it's just not enough points for the lobby for all these teams, in my opinion, to make it at the same time. We might have 3, 4, 5 teams be in the smash zone literally after the second angle. But for now, 2 teams, that is my prediction of how many is going to make it here. And based also on the plane, if it's good or bad, you know what, things could get a bit crazy and maybe all the top teams just get fully eliminated. That is an option that we have seen happens many times, especially during the group stage. But now, these teams are pretty much do or die for some of these squads because you've got that ticking time bomb effect, Hot Tricks taking effect, that these teams at the bottom or in the middle of the rankings, if they want to have a chance at redemption, they literally need to show up now. Otherwise, their tournament run is pretty much over instantly.
Oh, man, that is pretty crazy. But it is correct, right? If you want to get a chance to make it happen, look at that. Goodness gracious. 6 fingers? Oh, he was getting ready.
Oh, he's training.
Look at that. Looking like a dang octopus at this point. Making those plays.
Is that a compliment or is that...
That is, dude. That's wild, you know? Just using everything he possibly could do, right, to make it happen. I don't even know how he has room on his screen to use all those fingers. You know what? But you got to do it. You got to make it happen.
Yeah, 6 fingers, man, on screen. I don't know. I feel like my brain would just melt. My CPU brain is just not strong enough right now to use that. But yeah, that's FURIA. That's how we got the pistol double eliminations just a few days ago, right? That's how we could do it with the 6 fingers. So, looking at the POV of our previous back-to-back chicken dinner squad, it's going to be RRQ. Can they make it 3, which really does not happen often in a global grand finals. Back-to-back already is rare. Now, 3 in a row, they would definitely put their name in PUBG Mobile Esports history for doing so here on the MACAO Invitational stage. Everyone just locked in, looking at their screen, training on the spawn island, I'm pretty sure. Taking a few shots, seeing if they are feeling it this game. And I do have a bit of a spoiler. I see the plane path on the right side of my screen, Hot Jukes, and it's pretty damn good for literally every team in this lobby.
Well, let's just take a look and see just how good as we get into Arrogale. That is right, match number 2. Let's get it going here for the PUBG Mobile Macau Invitational 2026 Grand Finals. All right, the plane path looks like it's going to be going from south to north as we have Aurora top, currently the MVP contender. QZZ right behind him, and Aurora are going to be heading to Sosnovka.
That is going to be the plan. Decent plane path for most of these teams that I already mentioned. Thunder Talk, they're going to go for a southern stretch down south of military base just to avoid Aurora, make their way over to Novoretnoye, which is their main drop location. And again, we've been talking for a period of time now, Hodrix, about winning the tournament. Thunder Talk, it's still not game over when it comes to the race for PMWC, even though they're solo on the rankings. Luckily enough, LGD and Weibo are even lower than their position on the leaderboard, so there's still an opportunity for Thunder Talk to do well. They're just got to remain consistent and keep LGD and Weibo at bay. If they do so, I feel like Paris is definitely achievable for them to secure their plane ticket. So Thunder Talk, I feel like that's why they're playing a bit more passive, because they just want to outlive LGD and Weibo. By doing so, that will get them to one of the biggest events of the year, so they cannot afford to go out in the early stage.
Got to be able to make it towards the end game if you want to win this tournament. TIANBA, now we're going to see them heading towards Yasnaya, and they've been taking full advantage of this position here, especially with that new loot truck. They have been getting well set up and have been putting in the work when it comes to Arrogale. Now the first zone does come on over. It looks like a very typical circle here, as the center of the zone is going to be in that ruins area. So, man, it's time to make it happen, Max. It's time to make it happen. Let's see who's going to be able to do it. Let me ask you this. Well, it's honestly going to be a really tough question, because, like, RRQ's comeback is just legendary, right? We got to talk about it. 46 points in 2 games is wild. I personally don't think that we're going to see another team down low on the leaderboards pull something like that off. Like, what do you think?
I mean, we've kind of seen it from D+, that last game, right? Got himself a bunch of eliminations. I feel like they're kind of pulling a similar play. It's just not 2 wins back-to-back, right? Which is it's kind of an extreme case scenario. But no, I feel like D+, especially with Nolbu, has a lot of potential of doing something similar. Then I feel like anyone below D+ Kia, I've seen enough where I can say quite confidently now that a comeback would have to be a miraculous run. D+ and above, those are the teams that really, for me, I am hopeful that they can bring a big game here throughout today's now remaining potential 5 matches, depending on how the Smash Zone really takes into effect. So yeah, I would say top 8 and above, only teams that really have a chance to do it. Even though you could say Al Ula is only, what is that, 1 point away, All Gamers 3 points away, sure, but I'm just not sold. I'm a little bit uncertain right now, Hodrick. So yeah, top 8 above for me, those are the big names that we need to pay attention to when it comes to that first place conversation. What do you agree?
Absolutely. Oh, no, yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's obviously top 8. It's just always good to kind of keep those random thoughts in place here because it's still early, right? I mean, it is match number 2. I think this game is going to pretty much end those conversations. Like about us, even if I'm talking about mathematically possible, right? Because it is right now with 4 games left to go. If a team like Al Ula wins it again with 20 points, but yeah, if they don't get it here, in my opinion, it's 100% done.
Yeah, I mean, actually, we're looking at these positions on the rankings. Oh no, gotta be careful there, KRX. You have a bit of an encounter with the RQ. It's not going to result in any shots being taken just yet. It's just Gemforce also proactively scouting ahead of this team, seeing where KRX are going, just so in Circle 2, they know where KRX could be located to avoid a potential crash by mistake. So that's some good information. But I'm actually wondering, because we see this circle, right? It's mainland. It's literally cutting off the bridge on the western side. I was wondering if we were going to see RRQ try and hold off Aurora. But no, they're not going for it. And I feel like that makes sense. I feel like some people wanted to see that happen, Hodrix. But the reason why I'm saying it makes no sense is because by doing so, you're taking a gamble early game. RRQ are literally tied with Aurora in 2nd place. You don't want to give an opportunity for Aurora to get in the Smasher in this game because give them 4 points. They're up to 110. That would be a massive throw. So in this particular situation, I think it's a good idea that RQ don't commit to the bridge camp. If it was a team maybe low on the rankings that hasn't got anything to lose, like Weibo that dropped Promos, then maybe. But otherwise, I feel like that bridge camp is just not the best idea at this point of the game.
Yeah, not the best idea for sure. And I got to agree with you on that one.
But what if it was 4 Thrives?
Yeah, yeah. If it was 4 Thrives, there's a whole different story at this point.
Oh,
I wonder, man, what do you think, Max? Just guessing. What do you think if 4 Thrives were here? Where would they be on the leaderboards?
Bro, you want to get me in some drama right now?
Yeah.
RRQ, by the way, looking for a bit of a push on KRX. I would recommend to disengage. Just not worth it. Next.
So about 4 Thrives.
What we talking? Well, I forgot what we said. No, okay. 4 Thrives. I feel like I was very scared on their day 2 of the finals, and because of that, I feel like they would be in this top 5 conversation, right? I feel like they would be top 5. Though when it comes to encountering the Smash ruling, it was looking very scary against Ulf in PMGO Season 1. They would be top 5 right now. There you go. That's my answer.
Top 5.
Would they actually win it though? I don't know, and I would even go and say maybe not because it is a bit of a longer finals, and I feel like they might actually lose out on a few nice games. So yeah, but top 5 right now. What would you say?
I'd say 1st place. I think they're the best team in the world, right? They won the last game. They could win this one, right? But they're not here, so 0th place. That's what
0th.
I say. 0th, unfortunately.
With Weibo.
Yeah, with Weibo. Oh man, you hate to see it. I can't believe Weibo. I did not expect that at all. I expected big things from them, but yeah, 16th place in the finals. Way too much red at the bottom of the leaderboards here. But with a crazy lobby like this, you never know what's going to happen. And I'm proud of the teams that we have on top here. I mean, we've seen some great, consistent gameplay from all of them. RRQ just came out of nowhere. And who knows who's going to win this next game. Influence Rage there and Pachinki going to get that loot truck. They are all set up. Look at that. Level 3 out of their mind.
Did they get 2 loot trucks? I feel because we were seeing some crates on the ground in front of the loot truck. I feel like they got 2 loot truck spawns. which multiple loot trucks can spawn on the same pathway. I feel like they got 2. So they might have P90s and stuff. So they were just waiting for the second one to come through. So, and the loot must be kind of insane. I want to see the POV of all the players. Top 6, 6x scope on the AUG, S12K, so Federal doesn't have it. It would be very unlucky you have 2 loot trucks and you don't get an airdrop weapon. That's a feels bad man moment.
Yeah. Those loot trucks, man, they really just make things happen for your squad. I'm just looking at this migration on this map as teams are just starting to center up big time here. 64 teams remaining, and this is going to be very typical. When you're in the final day, everybody is just playing this so careful. That's why we're not even seeing a lot of shots on teams while they're rotating. Just everybody just trying to find their position in this next circle and getting ready for it. Everybody, look at this. Everybody moved super quickly, so we're not seeing teams take any time here. Where is this next zone going to go? Almost all the spots in the center of it are already taken, but are we going to get a crazy hard shift? We're going to go to the northwestern side. Okay, so Al-Ula are in it. Aurora are going to have to find a cheeky rotation on in, possibly hugging the shoreline, going all the way up to South George, as all gamers are going to be coming in from north. But now shots are ringing out as Al-Ula are getting peppered.
Yep, it's going to be looking pretty good for LGD. They want to overtake Thunder Talk. That's going to be their main goal in these games. But Al-Ula just really, since their first day, I know I keep saying this as a negative, and it really is, but it goes to show their first day was just such an outlandish performance, and they just were unable to replicate it as Claws gets taken out, one of the bigger names. But we got really hyped up on day 1, right, Hodge? Like, Claws, Quick, oh my goodness, these guys are just completely cracking. Quick did great early on Rondo up against D+, but when it comes to team-wide performances, they're just not really hitting that same level in the PMMI finals. But you know what? At least it gives them experience for the next time we see a global event. Hopefully they can come a little bit more prepared, as we have now a hovercraft that spawns on water, literally on the tippy top of the world. It's on top of Everest. This is not their natural condition. They play around. This is not their natural environment. But yeah, the hovercraft is up here. This is a fun position to see it in.
It do be hovering. It do be hovering, and it is going to be keeping an eye on
Wait,
RRQ. Oh my gosh, there's 2 hovercrafts on Everest.
I mean, genuinely, if you're a team that's looking at Everest and you see the hovercraft, I beg you, just take one-tap shots and damage it and destroy it. The best way to get rid of a hovercraft is the moment you spot it, just spray it down. It doesn't matter if you're not going to get the elimination, just damage it as much as possible. And if they don't have the welding gun, that hovercraft is as good as gone in that game. So please eliminate it, because that hovercraft meta is very powerful in 2026.
Yes, it is. Sook getting a knock there onto RRQ. All right, and he's going to get Lapar. Actually, Al-Ula is going to steal that. Okay, so RRQ down to 3 players. Nongshim Red Force are down to 3 as well. So 2 teams in the top 5 hunting down that smash point are going to be wounded going into this one. There's Aurora. Yeah, okay, yeah. So they are going to be able to get into this next zone, but they're going to try to find their spot, and everything is pretty much taken at this point.
It's a good play from RRQ, right? They see way beyond the mountain. You know what? Not really worth it. Let's quickly reposition. I don't see that hovercraft anymore. I don't know if it was abandoned on the mountainside. If they did do that, unfortunately, that's one hovercraft pretty much out of the entirety of this map from a wrangle. As FURIA, you can see on the minimap doing a little bit of a leapfrog maneuver, trying to jump ahead of RRQ and even the entirety of Everest, though getting close to Ruins. There's going to be Influence Rage, and I also believe Nongshim Red Force. So they're just going to try and jump ahead. But the thing is, you've got to be careful. There's not many compounds nearby. So FURIA, you've got to commit to a push here or retreat back to Silence and Chief as the circle about to shift. Is it going to be south or north of the river? It's going to be right on the river once again. LGD's compound in particular, Hodgix, is looking so powerful, meaning teams are very committed to going for the breach if they have to.
This circle's so tough here. What is going on? Ayala doing a little bit of a backslide there with his vehicle. Mormon getting knocked there. We're starting to see the shots ring out. Yeah, FURIA just trying to find a way to hold on, possibly this bridge side, but that's what everybody wants. Oh, there's like squads all over the place. Nongshim Red Force getting beat up. All gamers, what is happening? The chaos ringed out immediately with the zone shift.
It makes sense, right? This is going to be a very valuable position. Always going to be the explosive bow used up. Are we going to see a pop up in the elimination feed very soon? Could be happening.
Come on.
Nongshim. Oh, this is Not the way you want things to go down after such a strong last game here. The chicken dinner locked in almost on Rondo. And yet stolen away by RRQ. And now they go under the bridge and literally just hoping to survive. As one player, that is just not the best way to go. Meaning this is going to be pretty much a non-game for them. 103, you needed, what is that, 13 points to get in the smash zone. Nongshim Red Force are just not going to make it happen this match.
Yeah, it ain't happening, that's for sure. RRQ are down to 3. Got a little glimpse of the map feed there. They're all the way on the south side. TIANBA are actually in a really damn good position here for the zone. And with on top of the leaderboards with 111 points, they are looking very, very set up. Aurora, man, just because of where they dropped, they had such a tough time getting in here, at least on time. And so they are down over by Ruins. They are still outside of the circle, but they have all 4 players up. All it takes is one good team fight to turn things in the green for them. But KRX battling it out there. Nice nade there from 33Z, throwing it down the mountain. Benny's going to try to get his revenge, and he almost does. 33Z getting peppered big time here. As QXZZ does get a knock there. Okay, so they should be able to get the reset.
Yeah, Sook joining up with a hovercraft in the distance, just trying to delay the engagement a little bit further so they can be back up as a 4-man's crew. But I like this. The KRX are willing to be aggressive from their position in leaderboards, 13th position, 60 points. You know what? Just to try and increase that prize pool, it would be good to see them take the fight, be a bit more aggro, because so far this event they've been very passive as a team. And that's going to be another piece of utility connecting on 33Z. You just can't catch a break. Toxie, ooh, I thought he was going to walk right in that Molotov there for a split second. But the utility's looking pinpoint accurate from KRX. But Sook in a distance, sure, he's maybe not in CQC, but he's definitely got the ridgeline control, making sure they can't peek aggressively. But now they just flood over the rock side. Hoxie first of all, TRE, QXE, Binny. Can they redeem it? The shot's not quite connected. Has to swap over to the M4. And he's just dodging all the bullets, but Suki will get picked off eventually. And Sook in the background, getting surrounded. And E-Arena here, Hot Jukes, going for a third party, but so are Aurora.
Here comes Aurora. This is the perfect rotation for them. They found a way to get into a fight in this zone, and they are looking to third-party this and possibly get a ton of eliminations. Meanwhile, TRE getting down. KRX are out of there. Here comes Yol now, applying that pressure. Gets the knock on the Joker.
Yeah, you got 5 nades. The circle is favoring you. They have to cross you if they want to try and get to that play zone. So Aurora, don't overcommit. Don't over-peek it. Just play with your utility and you should be good. But you know what? Yeah, quick retreat, Aurora. They see the circle like, this is a little bit of a waste of time. Let's move back. Respectful play from Aurora against being so close to the smash zone. Got to be cautious as Top does get one tapped. Can they get him back up?
They can, but that's going to delay their rotation so bad.
It allows the arena to fight them too.
Ooh. Yeah, that was the rough knock right there. That literally just like slashed Aurora's plans. Deerin just, wow, applying pressure. I'm surprised RRQ are paying so much attention to this. Like, they need to focus on getting into zone. It's 5 seconds left on the clock. Let's see what they do.
I mean, if they flushed out top, they might be like, oh, it's Aurora. Let's push it. They only have 3 players, so maybe they'll want to play a little bit slower here to just make their way into the zone. E-Arena, good move. They see top struggling to get knocked and also get rezzed, so they're trying to go for swift exit. A quick western rotate. I do enjoy it as top here with a Mini 14, just trying to get more damage to become your tournament MVP, but they just make it way too far out of range, so those taps are going to be really hard to connect as they make it over to the bridge, but so do Al-Ula for that wide western rotate. Aurora need to pivot now. Hot Jukes, most of the positions in the zone are taken up. Aurora has to go for a crash here to get a playable position.
Yep, they're going to have to make a play. They're going to have to fight their way in, and that's honestly what they do best, but oh, the hardest thing about that is you got to be able to even get there. So let's see if they're able to make this rotation. They're going to be going down this bridge here. Doc going to stop. Going to try to get some room for his team. I like that. So Doc is going to be that counter position. And the rest of the team driving on up here. Are they going to be able to make it to this hill? No, they're not. Reefus popping out the vehicle.
Oh, Schweppes instant respect, not willing to compete against Aurora. But that's going to be Reefus knocked out. In a very hard position to get the reset here because so many teams are just looking your direction and teams also going for a bit of a wide rotation. E-Arena, Zumbin also there for Nongshim Red Force. No place is safe to the west. Sure, it's a decent mountain, but it's not in zone. They got about a minute to play here. Otherwise, they need to push up. So Aurora, you got to be quick. Or you eliminate everyone. Or you push in the zone. You just don't have many options here. You need to be quick about it.
Hyunbin is right behind him. There's Nongshim Red Force. Oh, but he is going to go into the blue zone there. So Aurora doing a great job of leapfrogging. This is a very difficult game, but they are executing it the best they possibly can. or pretty much anybody can right there. Having Doc on the back line, applying pressure. Oh, what'd you see?
This is terrible. Look at that. Aurora almost out. RRQ down to single player. Nongshim Red Force just one player. The big teams at the very top that are looking to make their way into the Smash Zone, Hodrix, is just not panning out as Hyunbin gets top. What a play as a solo, dipping right into the water, hoping to dodge those incoming bullets. Zeol Doc, though, can they redeem as a duo as the Arena leapfrog their position? But again, many teams look in their direction. I feel like surviving here is going to be tough. Quick is going to be in that it's not playable position. Where are they going to send it?
Just trying to find a way into this next zone. They do end up in this next circle. The next one will pop right now as well. So let's see where they decide to go here. They're going to be passing up sitting, but it does look like they are able to make it to safety.
For now, we'll see if that's going to be rewarded with Circle 5. Actually, goes hard to the western edge, so that shed of Quick was going to be in the zone. I'm sure they wish they went for that position instead, away from all these teams. But TIANBA, any elimination secured on E-Arena is going to get them one step closer to that Smash Zone. They're hoping for it, as Quick now going to get a straight-up huge defense play onto Schweppes. As QZ just going to try and third party from a distance. But Al-Ula, the dream is still not dead. 81 points. If you can make it a little bit further, you get some placement points. Who knows what the MENA team can do.
32 players remaining. This zone has just been so brutal. Okay, now Quick in trouble. Joker up close and personal, getting peppered, but Quick, never mind, shuts that down and getting another elimination for his squad.
Maybe Aurora are happy they didn't crash it. Right? Because Quick is, again, he's clutching it up every single game, it feels like. Never underestimate Quick. Otherwise, he will make sure you remember his name. Doc, as you could see in the elimination feed, he just got taken out, and so do the entirety of Aurora. They remain on 106 points. That's a 0-point match for Aurora Hodrix. They couldn't afford when all the teams below them are so close to that Smash Zone.
Unreal. Now TIANBA, 0 points so far, but they have all 4 up, and they have the north side. So you could just see them poised, ready to go, and finally start getting active here. As all like the mid upper teams have been eliminated. There's just all the squads with 4 up are going to be pretty much at the bottom of the leaderboards minus TIANBA. But this zone has just been so chaotic. It makes sense why everybody is so damaged just trying to get into this next one. Little boy, yeah, just trying to snake it out for his team on the south side. And there's TIANBA. Let's see how they're able to make things happen here against Thunder Talk.
Oh, did I see an MG3 there for TIANBA? I feel like I did. Oh my goodness. Of course, makes sense. They're dropping Yasnaya Polyana. They're getting 1, maybe 2 loot trucks, meaning they could get some airdrop weapons. So that weapon could really make the difference here up against Thunder Talk. That not willing to take that smoke realistically. They got the vehicles here, thinking what their next move is going to be. They do have a few options, maybe crashing on the garage of S2G or even cube compound of LGD. TIANBA also looking at the western side of the circle, really good off angle from Eagle, just getting a bit of insight, making sure they don't get surrounded by maybe all gamers or FURIA as they cross the bridge side. So TIANBA, just again, their map awareness is just top tier, playing fully around their information. But here, as Thunder Talk get closer, maybe it would be a good time for Eagle to regroup to take this fight in a 4v3.
So quiet right now. And that's because it's only stage 5, but this zone was so chaotic that we lost so many teams. So now everybody just waiting for this next circle. Nobody trying to get into a crazy engagement. They do not want to get third-partied. Lauren's in, gets taken out to the play zone there. And Influence Rage. Oh, yeah, getting beat up as they try to hit this shoreline. S2G doing a great job at gatekeeping them. This next zone is going to go ahead and pop, and it goes up to the north there. And Lil Boy eliminated. That's Influence Rage out.
Basically a non-game, also no placement points. But now we do get to top 8, meaning placement points will be going the way of all of these teams. And TIANBA, you know what? Because they get at least 1 placement point, that means they need at least 4 more total points that can get in. Eliminations, in placement points, it does not matter. And actually, when it comes to the center of the circle, TIANBA do have priority. It's going to be QZ that's holding a really solid rock here on the front line. The only real threat to their position would be Thunder Talk. I'm going to say it right now, Hodrix, I believe if Thunder Talk get eliminated, TIANBA making the Smash Zone, because that's the only real threat to their game here on Erangel. As Sitting, constantly scouting ahead with his vehicle, trying to get a bit more insight. And actually putting their focus onto S2G. So I feel like this fight, if it happens fully, that might be the win headed the way of TIANBA.
AJ getting some nice impressive shots, but then they're going to see S2G push on up, but AJ shuts them down. We're seeing some other teammates, though. Yeah, look at that. LGD actually stealing some of those eliminations. And then here comes Sitting, roaring on over to his squad. But is it too late? And it looks like it's going to be. That's Thunder Talk out of there.
Yeah, LGD, good third party here from this compound. Up to 8 eliminations. Makes sense. I mentioned it literally on like circle 2 or 3. That compound is just an absolute godsend if you can play there the entirety of the match. So, well done execution-wise. S2G, Thunder Talk, pretty much out of the entirety of this match. Not going to get much done. But up the top of the rankings really is doable for RRQ. If they can keep snaking their way in here for GenFoss, it would be massive. But, of course, looking at the circle, they have to push in the water. The LGD, they're looking at every bush, every rock and tree to make sure no stragglers can survive. But TIANBA, he got himself 1 placement. Well, actually, that's going to be 2 placement points now with that 1 extra elimination. I think TIANBA, it's done. I feel like unless a massive throw happens, TIANBA will reach 116 points this game.
Yeah, they're looking just so rock solid here. They've kept everybody up, and now they're starting to put some eliminations on the board. RRQ not able to go for the triple win, as they only have 1 player up left, but everybody's just so hurt. Just trying to get into this end zone here. FURIA, gotta have to make a play. Maple's got that nade. Airburst is good. Catches silence and even peppers up Chief. But he's got a nade of his own. Oh, he cancels it. Thought he had it. Now Maple going for the shots. And that is FURIA gone.
Yeah, good play there. Chief still able to survive for quite a long period of time, but it's not going to be the win up against All Gamers. All Gamers finally showing signs of life on these finals games. So making it now to the lower bridge section. That's going to allow them to get a good transition point. And realistically, the big 3 teams you've got to pay attention to in this game is going to be All Gamers, LGD, and TIANBA. It's going to be a 3-way finals for the Chinese teams in this game. The circle, the next shift, you still got 2 more shifts here. Circle 7 and 8. As GenFoss made it to the water, which I really did not expect, Hot Jukes. And this could actually allow them to push just ahead of AURORA. Pretty much already happened because he is making in top 4. They're going to get placement points. If he can actually get to top 2... whew, RRQ could be really back in a position where they can take the trophy away from AURORA and TIANBA.
GenFoss, just a straight snake in the water. But yeah, good luck here now. The zone going up north. TIANBA looking ready for this one. This looks like a chicken dinner in the books here for the team on top of the leaderboards. This could be the game that secures their championship here. Let's see what they can do, as they are looking locked at this point to be able to at least reach into that smash zone. But even then, even if we don't see a smash finish, these points are so critical, as all the teams at the South are going to have to battle it out. Yeah, there's no way TIANBA loses this, right?
I mean, normally, I said that about D plus Kia early on Rondo, and they lost it, so you really never know. It depends on who pulls the trigger first. But even if TIANBA don't get the win here, it's all about those points. If we don't get a smash at the end of the day, it's going to be down to natural points, as OG Esports would go here for PUBG Mobile. As All Gamers going for a little bit of a wider rotation now on the road, trying to play this ridge, which really is not playable because LGD has a direct line of sight onto you. Yeah, of course, your car is going to get absolutely wrecked to smithereens. All Gamers here, I feel like, kind of gave up on a potential win because that position, completely unplayable, especially headed into Circle 8.
And we hadn't talked about All Gamers a lot. This could have been a good one for them here. If they win this one somehow, that'll actually put them, it should actually put them in a really good position to try to make it happen. But now with those nades, LGD pressuring them, it's not looking good.
Unfortunately, it does make sense. LGD, they know your cars are in no working condition. They gain nade range. Actually, a lot of those nades
that's
barely miss out on Flower. That's a good one. Is it going to get the double? It puts Flower and Maple extremely low. But look at TIANBA from a distance trying to get the nade. Can they steal it? They get one onto Flower H. It's down to Maple on All Gamers. Can he get the reset on his teammate? I don't think so, as QZ just wants to become the MVP. The day comes out. It's an airburst, but it does not connect.
Just a little too overcooked, but it's LGD going to get the last of that one and put some points on the board. But TIANBA, oh wait, no, TIANBA got it? What's going on here? This is crazy. You got TIANBA with 113. GenFoss peeking out, but just a little bit too late. The blue zone doing the damage, and now it's LGD versus TIANBA.
It was like, it was a guy there and he disappeared. I swear, guys, I didn't hallucinate. It was really a player out in the blue zone. The LGD, good spray, connected from Milu. I mean, yeah, look at the circle. There is no way LGD can bring this one back in the smoke. Few more one-taps coming out. Little burst, making sure he cannot exit that wizard tower. And even the guess, come on, one bullet, there you go. Got him. And the fact that it's especially in the way of QZZ is just terrible for top because he is really looking to climb back up in #1 position here on the MVP rankings.
TIANBA looking to take it all at this point. I mean, they got the zone. Everything just went right for this team in this game. And there you go. That's another elimination for QZZ and some more damage as well. Rest of LGD. What do you do if you're LGD at this point? Like, do you go for the 2v4 or do you just try to deny?
I feel like you just try and crash a rock of a solo player, maybe on QZZ. Actually, you just send it there and try and play off the back of it because it is stage 8, so they don't have a lot of time to work with. But this would be the best play, sending on one player, trying to overwhelm with your 2 players, and then hopefully you can casualties, which is what they're going to be doing. It's MACAO on the front line, leaving Apple behind. Not the way I was expecting it to go down, but he does get a bit more of extra elevation. But as you can see on the minimap, he still is not in the play zone, and like TIANBA, they're comfortably here in that playable area.
Well, here comes the utility usage. MACAO might not even get an opportunity to hit those shots. All it takes is one nade to do it, and they are trying to hunt him down. Not able to hit the mark just yet, so Eagle, you're gonna have to use that Eagle Eye here to get these last 2 eliminations. They need every single one they can get. Now TIANBA in the vehicle, gonna start making some moves here. As a triple, cannot afford to get blasted out. Here comes the MG3 though. They do end up getting there in time. That's 1 player done, 1 more left to go. Right out in the open, goodbye. TIANBA gets the chicken dinner and have reached the smash zone.
It's a double MG3 elimination to wrap it up. I'm loving it out here, but as you said, TIANBA indeed will lock in their position as the first squad to go in the smash zone. And now, if they get a single chicken dinner during the rest of today's games, they will be crowned your MACAO Invitational champions, taking away the flame from Weibo. And you can see ecstatic after that win. But you know what? The fact that they got that win now, can they do it back-to-back? Because back-to-back wins, we saw it's hard. RQ did it. Can TIANBA make it happen on the second Durango?
Oh, man. All it takes is 1 more, guys. If TIANBA win any game here on out, this tournament is over. They are your PUBG Mobile MACAO Invitational 2026 Grand Finals champions. And we will see them lift the trophy, and whoever's below them gets 2nd place. And after that game, Aurora going out early, I believe 2nd place could be RRQ. We'll see. Or we're not sure who will end up 2nd place, but it's going to be pretty dang close. What a way to start things off here.
I love that I said, attention, a team has passed the smash zone, 116 points, and it is TIANBA. Red alert throughout the arena. They are the team, the one threat that everyone needs to take down. 1 win could decide if they will secure the trophy, as our game MVP will be Milu with the MG3, the best weapon in the game, Hot Jukes. It makes sense.
Yes, indeed. Milu making it happen there. QZZ getting some points on the board as well. That's going to make things interesting when it comes to the entire tournament MVP conversation. But yeah, TIANBA played it very, very carefully. You know, they were holding that northern position. They got a beautiful zone shift in their direction, and then it was just easy dubs after that. So, man, we're going to have to go into this next Erangel and just see what happens. I think at this point, Max, if you're any other team in the lobby, you see TIANBA starting to get some momentum, I think you have to go out of your way to make sure you take the squad out.
I mean, Yasna Poliana definitely could happen, even if you just want to camp out the outskirts of the city. It's definitely a doable plan if you want to commit to it as you go through the highlights. But I'm going to say, even if TIANBA don't end up winning because of some mishaps in the next few games, for me, their PMWC slot is just locked in. There's too big of a gap between themselves and the other Chinese teams here. Again, they want to be in top 2, and I feel like after that win, especially, they're going to remain in top 2. But if I don't see them making it to PMWC, I would be genuinely surprised and also upset, because this is a team from China that I feel like could maybe win PMWC with the level of gameplay we've witnessed from these 4 players the entirety of PMMI.
Right, you are here. As we look at FURIA getting taken out, by all gamers. All gamers had a really big opportunity to put themselves in contention, and unfortunately just weren't able to make it happen. Great nade usage there from the side of LGD. LGD making a little bit of noise, but just a little bit too little, too late at this point in the stage.
Look at QZZ. He was like, no, I need those points.
No.
I need to be top. Please, give me the points. I was really hungry for those extra eliminations. I definitely do get it because, yeah, of course you want to be MVP, right? You want to try and take that spot away from Federalis, from Bigatron as we look at this game. It's a low elimination game, right? But if you're TIANBA, you must feel so bad because if they got enough points in a previous rondo, this would be it. That would have been 2 games and game over. TIANBA would be your champions right now, but the rondo was just cut short for them and they couldn't reach 116. So you got to do it again. You got 1 chicken dinner. It's not going to be enough. You need to get a second one here out of these potential 6 games.
Yep, that's what it's going to take here as we look at the match rankings here. LGD ending up on top, okay, with 17 points, 11 eliminations. Great game from them. But, oh, wow, look at that. Top 4, all China here in the final day.
It's definitely not like that on the leaderboards.
Yeah.
Most of these guys are towards the bottom, except for LGD, of course. Sorry, TIANBA, which is going to be the exception, getting 16 points. But all gamers, Thunder Talk, and LGD make sense, especially for LGD, playing their compound next to the bridge. I always say it, if you are in that position and the circle favors that compound, if you get less than 10 eliminations, I'm going to say you threw the match. So LGD finally showing up a little bit here, showing some signs of life. Are they going to continue that kind of push forward to maybe catch up to the likes of TIANBA at the very top and maybe make their way at PMWC? Definitely their work is cut out for them, but there is a chance LGD could be making it, but they need to go absolutely ham here on the next few games, depending on how many we have again, because we just don't know at this point in time.
No, we do not. As we take a look here at the overall rankings, TIANBA in the smash zone. One more game. We got to keep saying it here because they are the biggest threat without a doubt. RRQ moving up to 2nd place with 111 points. And Aurora, man, Aurora just not having the start they were hoping for.
I mean, really, when you look at the rondo, getting chased down by BTR makes sense. It's always Indonesian teams chasing down Aurora on rondo, by the way. It was boom in PMGO Season 1. Now it was the side of BTR. Maybe it's the new Falak versus Rosemary drama. It's Indonesia up against Aurora. Maybe we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Though Nocturne Red Force only a 1-pointer. Quite unfortunate after their massive 16-pointer on Rondo. Teams definitely slowing down. And I feel like it's to the point of the tournament, Hodrix, where teams are already feeling the pressure and doing pretty big mistakes that should not be happening at this stage of the tournament. So teams are going to be kicking themselves after missing out on potential big games at that point.
Yeah, that's what it's all about here, man. I mean, what a way to start things off. It's so crazy to see here, right? Will Aurora make that comeback? Will we see one of these other teams do something special? But now you have TIANBA with just 1 game. They could end this tournament here. So it's been a great start here. And now we look at the elimination leaders. Yeah, QZZ just moving up little by little here, 32-28. I think with this game, he is now definitely your top contender for MVP.
It really also was interesting because last game it was a 2 elimination difference, if I'm not mistaken, between QZZ and Top, and now it's been increased to 4. So Top, he's got to catch up, man. These last 2 games, if you want to become MVP. Actually, you know what? I'm going to say I don't want Top to be MVP. Reason why, every time Top becomes MVP, they barely miss out on the trophy. So I feel like Top, you got to decide champions or MVP. You can't have both. At least historically speaking, he could not get both. As Top will be number 1 in terms of overall damage. Again, makes sense playing with the Mini 14. And he got some big shots while he was on Everest. So really impactful. But QZZ, it's about, what, an 800 damage difference here? That's literally 1 good game from this guy. He could easily jump back up as he will be now number 1. It keeps changing.
It's back and forth.
It's all Top in number 1, all QZZ in number 1. It's going to keep changing until the very last match, I feel like.
Yep, literally. I agree 100%. And I think that, you know, top damage definitely does matter. But, you know, eliminations carry their weight in their own. And QZZ just keeps getting them every single game. But you know what? I will say, what's going to happen if the zone decides to go south? We will see as we get ready for the next Erangel match. Don't go anywhere, guys. We're going to be right back. Ground has changed. There's a thickness in the air now as they know the tension's at an all-time high. TIANBA, one more chicken dinner, and this tournament is over. Here we go. Now, TIANBA, the biggest threat in the lobby. There are quite a few teams, though, if they get a good game here, could reach that smash zone as well. Now, with TIANBA winning that last game, they have such a point lead, okay? But even if another team reaches 116, if they win that next one, they're the champs, right? So let's see what happens as we get ready for one of the most important Aaron Gale matches of this tournament.
It really could be the last game of PMMI. This could be it. If TIANBA get themselves the chicken dinner, that is it. All the other teams, their opportunities for comeback are going to be cut short. You have all these players on screen on the arena. And yeah, TIANBA and AURORA, a little bit of a fist bump before the game, because they know it really is going to be mainly between these two guys. But it was initially between these two guys at the start today, but now RRQ, Nocturne Red Force, Influence Rage, FURIA, all joining the fray, as we have a good overview of Erangel. And Pachinki, man, again, Influence Rage, if they can get that loot truck, if they can get an MG3 like Milu, who knows, that could make the difference on this match.
Here we go, folks. The plane path is out here, and it's going to be a southern one. Okay, we are heading from Primorsk to Lipovka. Our AURORA are going to be going to a military base. Now, I asked the question, right? AURORA weren't able to make it happen in that last one. That zone was tough. Let's see. If the zone goes down to military, though, how are they going to fare? Let's see where that first zone decides to go.
When you have a plane path like this, I think it might be a bit northern. I feel like it might be throwing a bit of a spanner in the work here for these guys. As Weibo actually, look at Weibo on the minimap. They didn't send it to Primorsk. They actually sent it to Quarry right onto, here's that LGD.
Okay.
Maybe trying to take away a contender for that PMWC slot, which actually, if Weibo, if that is the game plan to fight LGD to make it to Paris, that is a very, very strong idea. As we have Phase 1 Circle, Hodrux. It's not northern. It's actually somewhat kind to most of these teams, as it's a very eastern Phase 1 Circle that just popped.
Super eastern. Okay, all right. Let's see what AURORA is going to do. Let's see what TIANBA is going to make happen, because TIANBA are going to be heading straight towards Yasnaya. That is in this next circle. They're going to be looted up out of their minds here. So not a bad zone at all for the side of TIANBA. Now, I wonder, what is the lobby going to do here, okay? You know where TIANBA lands. If the next zone pops, you have a good idea of where they're going to rotate from. This could be a good opportunity for teams to try and possibly camp their rotation, try to find any way to be able to slow them down. But it's going to be difficult because they are going to be set up in this match for sure.
It is really tough right now to eliminate TIANBA, literally Phase 1. The reason why is you would have to go in as Naya Polyana, and as you can, I mean, just look at the mini. Oh, okay, as I say that, and we swap the POV to RQ. If you saw there for the on the mini map, there's so many buildings, intricate little positions to play around in Yasnaya Polyana. If you chase them down in there, you're literally going to have no idea where TIANBA are set up. So I would say, as you said, right, maybe just camp out the exit, but chasing them in the city, not a good idea. So got to be very careful against the TIANBA Chinese threat. As over to AURORA's POV, just getting their car, looting up. And also, actually, one thing that's important to say, you do have a loot truck that does go around military base, but from what I've seen, AURORA don't really try and go for that, and I kind of wish they did, because like Influence Rage, like, oh yeah, all the all that loot for themselves. I feel like AURORA could do something pretty damn similar on Military Island.
Yeah, they definitely could. They definitely could. Honestly, they could use any little tip and trick they had in the bag at this point, because they've had a 4-point game and a 0-point game to start things off, allowing RRQ to pass them up and allowing TIANBA to create a very thick lead on them. So if it does end up coming down to points and there is no smash ruling, I mean, TIANBA are doing great so far. They have one heck of a lead. Let's see where it all ends up, though. As right now, I'm going to be looking at where these players are. E-Arena, this is all the way in South George, so they got a big trip to go. They had 92 points.
Typical E-Arena, really, right? They love their late blue zone rotates. They're trying to pull a 2 years ago kind of plan where you would camp out the blue in Sanok. Yeah, really, I'm not scared when we see Arena in the blue zone. It's been pretty typical, and they tend to always make it in the mid game, so don't worry too much. Trust in E-Arena, as TIANBA did get himself that loot truck. I do not see an airdrop weapon in the arsenal of TIANBA just yet, so maybe they got unlucky and did not get the MG3 this time, which I would say that weapon, that last game, was so impactful. They're really going to feel that kind of void without that particular weapon this time around.
Yeah, fortunate there. TIANBA, they're going to take full advantage. Milu not able to find anything in those crates. He is going to get moving. And let's see where the TIANBA decides to set up here. So yeah, they've already looted Yasnaya. They are set up. They are going to be moving into the next zone. Aurora are still at military base. It looks like they're going to decide to take the western bridge here, which is not a bad idea. RRQ, yeah, RRQ are starting to keep an eye out though. That could mean really tough things for Aurora.
By the way, I feel like this tournament, I've been saying the C word, camping, a lot. I don't mean it in a negative, just to be very clear. They're just holding position, right? Maybe I should stop saying that. Just like they're holding the position.
Why not? I don't even care. Honestly, like if I was in this tournament, you got $400,000 on the line. You camp, do whatever you want, right? I mean, there's money on the line here, folks. You know what I'm saying? Like now, if this is just a regular match where you're just playing, you're camping, that's a whole different story. Here, you do anything you possibly can to win. Period.
Okay. You know what? Don't camp. Giga camp then. Sure, screw it.
Straight up, do whatever it takes. Camp, you know, 4v1, 3v1. There's no honor here, right? I mean, this is where you do whatever it takes. You know, hot drop, whatever you can do to possibly win. Now, you know, don't hot drop unless you know you're absolutely desperate. But yeah, I mean, there's money on the line here, folks. You can't not mess around.
By the way, quick resolution to the quote-unquote hot drop we had between Weibo and LGD and Quarry. Weibo went for the quick southern rotate. I feel like they saw they couldn't catch any of the members of LGD off guard, so they went straight back into Primorsk to initiate their looting stage. So that's pretty... back to just typical gameplay from Weibo, which... well, their typical gameplay has not been great, right? 40 points so far throughout the tournament, 16th position. Really big upset compared to what we saw from these guys last year in Hong Kong. So that is quite upsetting to see. Out of all these teams, yeah, TIANBA, again, this is great for them because it was such a southern plain, Hot Jukes. They dropped Yasnaya Poliana. Really, there's no massive threat up north that's going to be coming to just go for the quick backstab onto them. So they know they can scout pretty proactively in front of them. They do have to be careful about one thing, though. I'm looking at the map. Bigatron did go for a big rotation up north in Severny. And they have two other players in Boatyard / Rozok. So sure, right now it's unlikely anyone's going to be behind you, but do be careful. Teams on this in this lobby are willing to go for these wide wraps. So if you are a little bit too comfortable in these zones, BTR might be there to put you to sleep. So got to keep your eyes open on those potential backstabs.
Gotta keep an eye out. RQ finding the position here, second place. 5 points is all they need to reach the smash zone. So you can tell they're playing this very, very carefully here. Aurora now is starting to move into that play zone. Let's see what Aurora is going to do. As they made it into the main island. Now they are just carefully rotating on in. Do not want to lose anybody on rotation here. As majority of the team... okay, yeah, there goes Aurora. They're picking up some more loot. That is still in the blue zone, but they got to be careful. Now they're going to be coming in pretty late here. Doc going to be passing up KRX, and now TIANBA. Uh-oh, QZZ. I saw it. He's got the P90.
Ooh, okay. Now that's going to be big, especially for him. Do you feel like they gave that weapon to him in particular because they want him to be MVP?
I would
like...
instantly. I mean, P90, QZZ. Hello, right here. Why not, dude? Dude's going for MVP. He's absolutely cracked out of his mind when it comes to gun skill. You got to give your MVPs every advantage possible.
Look at that split from Aurora. I actually don't hate it because if it was a southern shift, they had an easy rotation down there. But some northern shifts that are going to go straight onto Doc and Reefus, maybe sending it straight to Alamo, which we know was a very big point of conversation yesterday on that D plus Kia win.
Lucky.
But no, got to be careful. Yeah, lucky. For who?
For Aurora.
For who are we talking? For Aurora. I don't think it was a lucky shift. I feel like they made their luck because of that 2-2 split. It was possible because of that initial macro decision. So I would say that's not lucky. That's just strong macro decision. But then now the fight is happening. It's Al Ula straight to TIANBA. If they go out here, the smash will not be happening, Hot Shoots.
No, it won't, but this is also going to let the whole lobby know what's going on here. So I wonder if other teams are going to be heading in this direction as QZZ, he's got that P90 looking for some action. It is Milu, though, to get the first blood. Now popping some shots over towards D+, applying pressure to them. QZZ getting those eliminations and more damage as well, even on the finishes. And that is 3 eliminations for TIANBA. They have now reached 130 points.
I love it how QZZ, they're actively fighting Alula, and he's like, oh, D+, yeah, sure, screw you.
Damage.
Starts spraying it down onto them. He's like, I'm never ending. The fight continues. When I say it, when it stops, then it might stop. So really good sprays here coming out from QZZ. Though you can see in the elimination feed, Noxion Red Force, XUI taken out of the game entirely. Bad match for this team that had a really good comeback initially on Rondo. Not quite able to deliver on the first angle. And here, it is not the start they were hoping for. As Aurora do indeed, as I thought, get Alamo thanks to that initial 2-2 split rotation on the western edge.
Yeah.
And it's a strong spot. It's really hard to breach because it's very open all around it. So if a team decides to commit to this breach, you'll see them from a mile away. And if the sprays are accurate, maybe that could get them up there and finally secure the 10 points they need. But the thing is, even if they make it up there, they're just scared that TIANBA could get something done. They saw TIANBA, right, maybe in the elimination feed, like, ooh, they're getting a few points here. It's getting a bit risky here if you want to win it out. So Aurora need to be very cautious about what their next move will be on the battlegrounds.
They do have Alamo. Alamo, like you mentioned, strong position. The only weak to that hill right behind it, but there's nobody even near them right now, so they don't even got to worry about that. Meanwhile, I'm looking at this position here. We have one team out already, so Alula are completely thirsted. That's going to open up the door, at least for one more position to be available in these final circles. But it is stage 2, so it's still very, very early here.
Look at TIANBA. They're actively scouting outside of their compound, which is good because their previous
hungry.
compound, it doesn't offer many lines of sight on the southern side in particular. It gives you a lot of info on the west and northern teams, but down south, you're kind of limited on info. And that's where Alula decided to breach from. So it's good to see Milu and Eagle flex out, get some free information, and just, you know, even if a team gets close, I'm pretty sure they would quickly regroup and play it slow. Circle shift, and it goes hard down southwest towards Shelter. Influence Rage going to be loving this one. But so will Furia, as they do have Museum in play in that split. Might want to try and regroup, but team that is also comfortably in that zone, it's going to be Aurora, just driving around, trying to get some insight, maybe looking for a few free eliminations. But All Gamer and TIANBA now sending it towards that play zone.
Oh! Milu, though, getting knocked by Chips and Thirsted, so TIANBA are going to lose a player here. TIANBA are on the move. This is all the way towards Shelter. Are they going to be able to make it happen here? But meanwhile, Influence Rage and All Gamers are fighting it out. It's a battle in Shelter, and TIANBA are very, very close to this.
This is the issue. In a lobby of this caliber, so many teams have the same idea at the same time, and TIANBA, as you said, do lose a player, but luckily enough, they do find one little hidden spot in Shelter. They're going to park up one car, nice and safely, just to keep their late game rotation potential up there. At least 3 players. I mean, 3 players when it's still in the cards for them, but the main issue, and we talked about this when it comes to Shelter, when you have to leave, if a team has a line of sight onto you, you're so predictable because literally, you can see here, there's only one way for them to leave Shelter, which could be an issue later on.
Yeah, but you got your vehicles protected. It is such a strong position, especially with this being so late in the circle here. TIANBA are going to be in a great position to get some placement points, most likely, if the zone especially heads in that direction. Meanwhile, we got RRQ battling it out with LGD. LGD going on the offensive. Norpeco not able to get that nade off. RRQ, again, only need 5 points to reach the smash zone. They could get quite a few of them here, but it's going to be up to the rest of the team as Norpeco is gone. Oh, never mind. I think they're taking off. Yep,
yeah, it's not worth it.
They're just going to leave them. Yep.
Just leave. I do respect the idea of RRQ. They wanted to set up the defense, but they would just split up between... Right, 5 points, and RRQ are up to 116. They will be joining TIANBA in the smash zone. They need to get these points right here, right now, if they want to have a chance to be crowned your champions.
Yes, Aurora ended up getting 1 elimination, so now they are slowly putting some points on the board. There's Doc with 1, And they need a few more in order to reach that smash zone as well. Nongshim Red Force down to 3, Influence Rage down to 2, and FURIA. Will this be the game for FURIA to finally roar back? Let's see. As Jimmy from Thunder Talk gets knocked. And let's see if his team is going to be able to pick it back up. Where's his next zone going to go, though? That's the question. Is it going to be a shelter circle? It just might be.
We see on the
No,
main
it's
map
not.
here, it is going to be going down south on the roadside, west of shelter. So all these teams in shelter, really, you got to start thinking about how you're going to do that exit outside of shelter, which is going to be incredibly tricky. Talk, Jing also going to be flushed out of the match. Influence Rage
TIANBA
over there, S2G, TIANBA, and all gamers all kind of locked in here. But TIANBA aching down below, and I feel like that's a good idea from TIANBA, which is even if QZZ and Eagle get eliminated, they got one player just hiding to get maybe a few salvage points. I don't hate it. I feel like it's a good idea to make sure you at least get some points out of this match.
That's why Shelter's so strong. Like, if the zone ended up in this direction, they would have been just so super set up. And even though it didn't, they're still in this next circle. So they have 2 vehicles completely protected. They're using this US that's blown up as extra coverage, so QZZ can try and hunt down some extra damage. And yeah, still a ton of ammunition. TIANBA's looking very, very good here. You know,
as far as by the way, so I would even recommend blow it up yourself. Maybe pop the wheels and just get rid of it. But unless they want to actually allow their cars to move out later on, so they might actually need to move it a little bit if they want to go for that later rotation. Though EECA always so willing to commit to fights. They got 95 points. Could be making a bit of a jump in top 5. And Zyol, good respectful play, not willing to commit to it. But EECA, they want to chase it down. They love going for these engages. They're one of the most aggressive teams in this lobby, Hot Jukes, and doesn't matter who it is. Aurora, RQ, TIANBA, doesn't matter. They will push you if they have the advantage.
Hey, great driving, though, on the side of Aurora to be able to get out of there safely. And now Refis is going to be putting some shots onto Joker and just making things more difficult for EECA, as the rest of Aurora are going to be trying to join their squad, and they should be able to get there safely. Man, Joel, he was zigging and zagging to get to safety, and he was able to. Fortunate enough for him. But you have Doc there on the other side, just keeping a nice little off angle to try and apply pressure against EECA so they don't make the push up onto that building. And Schweppes down to 1 HP is going to be able to get to safety for now.
I would say be careful, though, because LGD's just behind Aurora. They're so split. I'm not going to lie, not a big fan. I would like to see a little bit of a tighter split. Even just a 2-2 would make me a little bit more hopeful.
Uh-oh.
As Doc is pushing forward. No docketing, please. Is this vehicle now going up in smokes? Maybe flames very soon. But your main threat here, if you're Aurora, is going to be EECA. Got to be careful with potential LGD third party. That could be also a bit of an issue.
Here they come. How is Aurora going to be able to defend this here? They don't have the angles to get those shots onto EECA, except for top. But man, EECA are playing this so differently. They're spreading out, and Aurora are like, okay, are you coming? Are you not? What are you doing? Are we fighting?
This is a bit scary if you're an Aurora fan, because this building is very nadeable. Got a few windows, you can very easily chuck even just a Molotov or grenade in, and you can easily get some damage dealt to the Mongolian team. Though circle about to shift, that's going to be D plus Kia taken out of the equation entirely by S2G. That's going to be a really good push. TIANBA, though, still waiting inside shelter. Aching still underground, and they are still in this game. Hot Jukes gonna be in the play zone, meaning they can still create a little bit of a healthier lead for themselves as a 3-man team. But these northwestern squads in particular are going to be in the hot seat. Aurora need to move up and do something of significance if they want to be relevant in this game.
Hey, speaking of significant, FURIA now starting to make some moves. They now have 107 points. They're in 4th place, so they are creeping up to the top. They have tied with Aurora, so do not count them out yet. TIANBA, obviously the biggest threat, still in this circle. They win this game, tournament's over. So everybody in the lobby needs to make sure that doesn't happen. As far as points go, they still have a monstrous lead now. They are now 20 points ahead of RRQ. It was in 2nd place, but still a lot of different teams could reach into that smash zone, that 116-point mark. But now, stage 5, all these teams need to find a way into this next zone, Aurora included.
love how the other player of Aurora just sandwiched between two vehicles, just trying to stay hidden. Not a bad idea. You know what could keep you alive, though? This is going to be a push. It could decide the fate of TIANBA.
Here we go.
STG sending in a 4v3 scenario. And so far, QZZ is going to be out. It's down to Eagle. Can he save the day? Going back into the depth of shelter. Instantly chucking a few pieces of utility as he goes back down below. Aking going to be crawling his way over there, but QZZ, the MVP contender, has been taken out, Hot Jukes, meaning the P90 is not usable anymore.
Yeah, but here comes FURIA as well, looking to apply some pressure, and that is Soulk done for! So S2G, the threat to TIANBA is gone, at least for now, and now Aurora are going to be pushing on into this zone. They end up finding a dip, and they're going to hold this spot for as long as they possibly can. But TIANBA are feet up right now. They're going to try to get that res, they do, but now with that nade, oh, that does pepper up Eagle, but it's so difficult to get these knocks on these players inside a shelter.
Just wait. I mean, really, if Influence Rage was to get eliminated, they can make their way to the other exit of shelter, so they could actually get something out of this match. Don't count TIANBA out just yet. There's still an opportunity at redemption. But Furia, yeah, with that 3-1 split, I'm loving the engage here, but that utility of Eagles looking pretty strong. Now their own nades coming on through. And Silence, the Italian Furia don't want to push down in shelter itself. I feel like they kind of don't have an option. It's or you leave TIANBA alone, or you chase them down, because TIANBA do not want to take that fight whatsoever. They really want to play it slow.
TIANBA's going for the win here. That's what they want. They want that chicken dinner. It's not looking like it's going to be likely, so right now, just, hey, you know what? Put some more points on the board. You have a massive lead that you will definitely take. Taking, just making sure there's nobody hiding here in shelter. And nobody is. But let's see what happens here. Is TIANBA on the hunt? Uh-oh, the other side of you, they know, like, oh, you coming this way? Come on down.
Yeah, you could see TIANBA, a few alarms ringing in their head. Just, oh, they've seen that buggy, they've seen the crates, like, oh, something happened over here, we just don't know what. And they go straight as Influence Rage leave the opening of shelter. What a rotation from TIANBA. And now actually do get a bit of a backstab angle onto Influence Rage, but they go straight back into shelter themselves. It's a whack-a-mole game happening here on the eastern location as Akin drops down into the blue. It's fine, it's still resable. They got 40 seconds to work with. Don't worry, TIANBA will still be up as a 2-man. But it's getting incredibly scary in this match because you still have so many top teams alive. You've got RRQ, Furia now overtaking Aurora. Aurora still got a full squad. And even EECA could do something in this game up on their western position. But they need to push up very soon.
Aurora finally getting a favorable zone shift here. So in a great spot in this next circle when it comes to position-wise. But they do not have a lot of coverage at all. So they're going to have to make that work with their vehicles. But yeah, Furia on the southwestern side of the circle. They're a big threat as well. But TIANBA are going to have the points here. Weibo making the rotation. Aurora trying to get some eliminations. Oh, pushing on the RRQ. RRQ need to defend this. Fearing gets knocked. Where's the rest of the team? Genfos gets one.
That was so quick. What? Okay, you blink and you missed it. That's it. Weibo fully eliminated. RRQ, good defense. Lepar, Genforce remaining. Trying to get Theorem back up, but KRX, they're going for the angle. And they're pushing up in the weak spot of OP Dip. Right in nade range for TRE. As QXE going for a little bit of a surround play. But EECA could also look at fourth party, realistically, this skirmish. As the nades doing some big damage. Lepar taken out. It's down to Theorem as a solo. And the buggy squishes him. That is it. End of the game for them. The smash zone will not be reached. 2 points away for RRQ. They are going to be kicking themselves after that fight.
Oh, so close, too. And I think that KRX, they're at the bottom of the leaderboard. So, like, hey, RRQ's getting eliminations. We got to stop them. Let's go ahead and make it happen. And they did.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing to lose. Might as well send it on that position. But TIANBA, now I feel like they might be at the end of their rope. That rotation away when teams are set up beautifully, such as KRX, Aurora, even EECA to the west. The TIANBA dream of a win here, I would say, it's pretty much down the toilet as Aking Eagle try to send it. Aking put low, knocked out. It's down to Eagle. And as he just stays hidden behind his two-seater, he's in nade range. Lorenzin's got two, but he does find Fitter. Oh, Eagle, how does he make it happen? As Lorenzen will get the spray, and that's it. TIANBA fully eliminated here from match number 3.
TIANBA are gone, but there are quite a few teams that can still make it into the smash zone. Furia right there, Aurora, Nongshim Red Force with 2. Trey, though, from KRX, applying the pressure. That was TIANBA in 8th place. Look at this. 7th through 3rd are still alive here. Who is going to win this match? Let's find out.
Aurora need 8 points if they want to make it to the Smash. Furia need an extra 6. Furia is going to be the big focal point here as Aurora. Their position was playable, but now that teams can actually play this ridge line, one nade and it's going to be game over. It's out there. And Aurora get taken on out. The Smash Zone again will not be headed their way. Mongolia eliminated. 6 teams now remain. It's all about Furia.
Can Furia make it happen right now? KRX are just making some noise now. I mean, this is what happens when you got nothing to lose. You just got to put it all on the line. And now they're finally starting to play the game that they should have been playing in the first 2 days. But now, Benny going to be rotating on over. And QXDZ with the run over onto Lorenzen. That is Influence Rage out. And now the placement points are in effect.
Furia, you know, they counting. They're like, we just need those placement points, a few more eliminations. Not even a win. They don't even need the win. And they will still make it over 116 points. Which, again, as a reminder, is the point threshold here for the Smash ruling to take effect. With Furia, oh, so many vehicles.
All 4.
Fully functional here, so they could use it as TRE just get some big damage onto Mormon. And the entirety of E-Arena, so E-Arena, their Western rotate going to be cut short. LGD also suffering a very similar fate where those nades are doing so much work in these very small locations. The sprays are never ending, but Nongshim just can't get it done. And by the way, Nongshim, we kind of forgot about them this match, Hot Chooks, but they are looking in a very strong position. A decent finish here. They could be overtaking Influence Rage and Aurora in one fell swoop.
Let's see what happens. They have 2 up. They have a Shack and a Dream. That nade looks good. Oh, that one hurt. Igor gonna have to back up a little bit, but now here come the nades from Furia as So Easy gets knocked. Hyunbin now in the Shack. And Ayala thread the needle. Oh, that Molly. Oh, I thought it was inside, but it was just outside the building. But yeah, Hyunbin is in big trouble. He's throwing out all those smokes so they can't get that nade in there. Silence goes down. All it takes is one, though. One nade to thread the needle into the Shack. Doesn't do it. Hyunbin still alive here, refusing to go down.
The nades just can't be threaded through that needle. The window being smoked up, that is literally just keeping Nongshim Red Force alive. That smoke is the difference between them going out and surviving. But you know what? It will be a nade, but actually it's not Furia. Furia don't get it. They really wanted those eliminations, but it's denied by the other South Korean team. It's KRX up to 14 eliminations. Wait a minute, going massively hard in this game. Can they make it out from the bottom of the rankings and reach a position where, who knows, they can actually make it on the podium?
Would be a comeback of the century here as Furia just want these last few remaining points, but they are getting peppered from all over the place, and KRX is just hard focused on them. Meanwhile, you got E-Arena on the other side. All they need is some more placement points, or at least a 2nd place if Furia wants to do it just with placement alone. But man, KRX looking unstoppable. They have the lay of the land here. This is out of the zone though, so this deadly angle is going to be gone.
As you said, Furia, they need top 2 or podium with a few limbs. Even top 4 could be doable, but they need to start fragging out at this point. And you know what? We had one 30-point bomb coming out yesterday from Oracle Miramar. We might just get another one.
No way.
17 eliminations, 3 more to be secured, and they can make it happen. But keep in mind, LGD are up there. They're in circle. And Afu's got himself the MG3. And this split from KRX, though, is a thing of absolute beauty. Literally, there's 2-2 splits keeping Furia and LGD in check at the exact same time. Now, this is some top-tier IGLing. Unless a massive upset happens, this has to be KRX's win.
I like how QXZZ got in that vehicle. He was trying to get some extra sight lines by using that 3P peek in the car. That nade's going to do it, though. Chief is down. Igor, last player alive. Can he snake his way to 2nd place? Will he last long enough? It's not looking likely. As LGD, KRX, okay, now starting to battle it out. This is huge for the side of Furia. And now with Ling S gone, this could be looking good. Furia might be able to get 2nd place and go to the Smash Zone. It's just Mao Mao.
He needs to get one elimination. Can he steal it away? Can Igor pop up in the elimination feed? He's going to be pushed out by the blue zone. Igor is still alive. Somehow, some way, the dream is not over for Brazil. The nade is huge. It connects, and that is it. That will push Furia in the Smash Zone, but the chicken dinner will head the way of KRX. Oh my goodness. He got literally as the sole survivor, Hot Jukes, making it happen for Furia.
Are you kidding me? And then, not to mention KRX busting down the 30 bomb. Where did they come from? I mean, they were all the way at the bottom of the leaderboards, and with this game, I mean, man, they've got to be so pumped.
Really loving what we saw from KRX. Genuinely, I see a game like this, Hotchkiss, and I'm like, where was KRX until now? Were they sleeping? This was one of the best games, literally, of the entire tournament. That is what we just witnessed from this South Korean squad. If they can maintain it, who knows? If they can pull an RRQ, there is some hope for this team. But FURIA looking a bit confused. Unless our math is completely wrong, Hotchkiss, but I do believe that will be enough because they got that one extra survival point by making it from 3rd place to 2nd. I think they're in. They should be, but they're looking a bit sad. Weirdly enough.
Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I don't know. Well, they're gonna find out. That's for sure. Oh man, Igor, keep that elbow safe, brother. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure, yeah, that you are making it happen. There's the coach, Coach Knight, a legend in the biz. It's just yeah, you can see the round of applause there. He's like, you guys did it. Able to hold down Igor, making it happen. And now you can see it here, folks. Another team as, oh, actually, never mind. It's KRX winning the game. Good job.
Yeah, I mean, we have to talk about, okay. QXZ is going to be taking it home with almost 1.4k damage, 12 eliminations. Oh my goodness. And the fact that he got 12 eliminations, Hot Jukes, and his team contribution is only 32%, clearly shows that everyone they just popped off.
Crazy, dude.
Loving it. KRX going absolutely crazy, as you say, Hot Jukes. Really happy with their performance. And just before this game, I want to check it out. Just before this match, KRX were actually standing. Let me scroll down a little bit here. KRX were in 14th position with 63 points. They got half of their total points pretty much in one single match, Hot Jukes. What just happened?
What's going on, dude? What is going on? I mean, we've seen it happen before where a team at the bottom, they're like, all right, we got nothing to lose. Let's go crazy, right? But not that crazy. KRX, especially to go that crazy in this game. We still got 3 more to go, potentially. So with KRX busting down a 30 bomb here, man, that put them in the show. It really, really did. I mean, if they're able to do it again, I mean, good luck with that, right? But if they do, man, who knows what can happen.
I was seeing a lot of people early in chat during the break saying, oh, TIANBA were gifted the circle. That was an easy win last game. Not this one. Not this one. They had one of the toughest transitions to execute, leaving the eastern coastal side and making it straight to the zone. So definitely had their work cut out for them. Not an easy win, as we did see also AURORA there for a few seconds. It was a good position until teams can actually play the ridgeline, and then those nades instantly eliminate the entirety of the lineup. As there you have it. It is not a 30-point bomb, Hot Jukes. It is a 32-point bomb, outdoing the previous record of RRQ.
A record has been broken. KRX, I mean, I think all of South Korea is making the face of that player there in the back right now. They are so excited because that is a legendary comeback, guys. 32 points in a lobby like this with 3 matches left to go. Are you kidding me?
Look at the pose in the middle there too, ready to drop a gun pistol right now. He's making his way up. 32 points here for KRX, and then second place, still a massive gap between the top 2 teams in terms of overall points. But FURIA getting themselves a total of 14, and with those 8 eliminations, it was not just they needed to survive and get a few more points right. They were closing that gap pretty much the entirety of this match. It was down to getting that top 2, and he got maybe not MVP in terms of overall damage because, well, duh, that would be KRX this game with the insane bomb they just dropped. But he got really deserving a lot of respect. I mean, he got and Chief, just the survivalists of their lineup. Without those 2 players, they would be quite far away actually from 116 points. So got to give them their flowers and respect in PMMI.
Yes, you do, man. Let's take a look at the leaderboards. Just as you can see, FURIA have done it. So they are now in that smash point range. So now we have 2 squads. If either of these teams win, they become your champions. So yeah, even though TIANBA has a big lead over FURIA, if FURIA win the game, it's over, right? They're your champs. TIANBA second place, and then it goes down from there. KRX, though, the big storyline from that last game, 32 points, pushing themselves from, what was it, 14th?
Yep.
To 8th.
Huge. Absolutely huge. 32 points. That is, of course, going to do a pretty significant dent. And actually, now that they have 95 points, I think win is still really hard from TIANBA. As I said, they need to pull an RRQ, but top 5, top 3, achievable. It is in reach for KRX. So we'll be really excited to see if they can maintain their kind of performances so far today, going into match number 4. The second page, a lot of upsets, a lot of things just not lining up the way these teams were hoping for, and really one of the biggest upsets for me. I have really 2 big upsets for me. It's Al-Ula and D+Kia just not able to bring back any of their group stage performances and remaining stuck on that second page.
Yeah, another one for me is going to be Bigatron. I think I saw in the group stage a lot of signs of life from them. I thought that, you know what, we're going to see it happen. But you know what, it's kind of a similar situation that we saw during PMGO Season 1, right? Great group stage performance, and then come finals time, just not able to make it happen. As you look at now, the elimination leader is still going to be QZZ, Top, and AURORA. Again, a rough game. So the first 3 matches of the day, AURORA just can't seem to get it started.
Actually, I really thought it was just going to be a 2-man race the entirety of this game, but Top is losing a bit of steam. QZZ keeps on getting a few eliminations here and there, increasing that lead, but Hyunbin's behind them, and now even we do have a player of KRX looking to close the gap, who could get involved in that convo, as though when it comes to overall damage, is still Top, which, with the loadout he plays with, it does make sense. But damage, as you stated earlier, before this game started, Hot Jukes, sure, it's good to get good damage, but eliminations is really what truly matters in the MVP formula.
Yes, it does. All right, man. Well, what a way to start things off today, folks. That is the first 3 matches in the books. We're going to be heading into the second half of the final day of the grand finals for your PUBG Mobile Macau Invitational 2026. Guys, get your drinks, get your popcorn ready. There is a massive show. This all could be done with just one more match. We're going to find out in just a bit. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back. go. Second half of the last day. We have 2 teams in that smash zone. It is still anyone's game, though, to try and make something happen. But in order for that to work, you got to make sure that TIANBA and FURIA do not get a chicken dinner.
We saw, right, TIANBA, FURIA, they keep consistently getting to the late game, Hot Jukes, which means that the odds of a chicken dinner happening just double, because now it's just not one team that you got to be careful of. It's 2 squads that could be the ones to lock down the MACAO Invitational Trophy and Championship in one fell swoop. You can see, oh, okay, one player smiling. Okay, I was like, okay, there's a lot of tension here in the arena, but no, some players can still smile a little bit here. But RRQ, oh man, they must be feeling so bad after that last game, Hot Jukes. 2 points away from 116. It could be 3 teams in the Smash Zone right now, but they just barely missed out after what generally was an amazing push-up from KRX. They deserve it, but RRQ, they just got that stolen from them. Feels bad, man.
Dude, you know how, imagine how just pissed RRQ would be if they win this next match. Could you imagine?
Yeah, but that would hurt, man.
Right? Like, oh, it'd be so exciting, right? You're like, oh, we had 114, we win this game, all right, we're in the running for first place, but tournament could have been done, over with, you know? Oh, wild. I mean, that would be like the most bittersweet chicken dinner we have ever seen. As, man, these guys are lock-loaded, ready to go here. You can tell these players excited. They are in the lobby. Arena, 7th place, 99 points. Not too far away either. I mean, it's so crazy. Is like there's still so many teams here, Max, with 1 chicken dinner. They're in the show, right? Especially with 2 more matches left to go. So there's quite a few squads that could reach the Smash Zone. And honestly, anything's possible here because we see a 30-point game. I didn't think anybody was going to even touch that. And then KRX plus down 32. It's just wild. But this is it. Last Aaron Gale of the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, really, KRX said, hold my M4. And they just popped off. Really happy with their game. Yeah, Arena and KRX, as you bring them up, right now in the middle of the rankings, could be the dark horse that everyone just completely overlooks. Doesn't even think about them because they're also focused on your Auroras, your Nongshams, your RRQs, your Furias, your Tianbas. All these squads could be making it up there. And then you just forget about the middle pack teams that are just another 30-point game. You know what comes out of nowhere? Well, wait a minute. This team could actually go and claim the win for themselves and the championship. So you've got to be very cautious that all these teams realistically are a threat. Even Weibo, S2G, Bigatron at the very bottom of the leaderboards, don't forget about them because they have nothing to lose at this point. That is when some of these teams can become the absolute deadliest version of themselves, when they can just send it. And you know what? Why the hell not? At this point, the tournament's over. Let's take you down in a fire pit of glory.
Oh, man. Here we go. Last Aaron Gale of the day. Where's the zone going to go? Who's going to be favored? Aurora, when are you going to wake up, right? It's the last chance in Aaron Gale to make something happen. Is now going to be the time? It definitely needs to be, because so far today, man, I think if they had less than 10 points in 3 matches, rough start.
Really tough. Nongsham Red Force need to see just a bit more. 110, 6 points away from the Smash. And actually, so many teams just single digits away. Influence Rage need, what is that, 8 points. Aurora needs 7. 6 needed for Nongsham Red Force, and RRQ need 2. Because it's getting so close, we could have more than one team getting a Smash in this time. But again, only if Furia and TIANBA fumble the chicken dinner on match number 4.
Well, let's see. Match number 4. It's about to happen. We are going to Aaron Gale for the last time in the PUBG Mobile Macau Invitational 2026 Grand Finals. Now's the time to make it happen. Make your dreams come true right here, right now. TIANBA, FURIA, looking for the win. And if one of those teams win, this tournament is all over. It's going to be up to all the rest of these teams to try and hold them back. But here it is. Aaron Gale. Last time we're going to see it here, Maxman. And players are already hopping out the plane. Ooh, and we got a northern plane path. So Aurora are going to be heading to their second legendary drop of Severny.
But LGD used to go there also sometimes. So it seems like we're going to have an Aurora hot drop. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad for actually the 2 teams, but especially for Aurora. But they're very stubborn. That is the big issue about this team, Hot Jukes. So even losing a single player would really hinder their opportunity to make it up there. If they're going to win it, it needs to be flawless. As though, looking at the other teams, RQ, very safe in Zaki. But yeah, as you can see on the left side of your screen, the hot drop is committed to... I did not expect it, and it's a military island, Aurora. Oh, okay, that feels bad for them. I feel genuinely bad. My heart aches for Mongolia.
Oh, man. I mean, worst case scenario. But let's see what Aurora could do. Can they make something happen? They got the gun skill, that's for sure. But they're going to have to put it to work. Here comes Yol. He's got the over-under shotgun, looking for some angles. Not able to find something just yet. So Aurora backing off. Honestly, when you see a zone like this, it's time to move back. But Reefus opens it up as he gets the thirst onto MACAO. Huge elimination for Aurora.
Yeah, massive. Now they're going to be tied up with Nongshim Red Force. They need 6 more eliminations. If they get 3 more, they're already pretty much halfway there for what they had to achieve this game. And MACAO is a very important player to take down. Reason why, he's always the off-angle player trying to surprise you and take you down really quickly. So the fact that MACAO, out of all the other players of LGD, gets eliminated, that is a huge advantage secured by Aurora. But now they've got no threat behind them, meaning they're just going to be pushing building by building. The only issue for Aurora is, and we see it happen quite a bit, Hodrix, in the past, they push one by one, and that happens for Zjol. He's knocked. The flush has yet to happen. It might still not be over, but these solo pushes, it's really what's hindering their chances.
Nice nade there from top, putting some damage on Afu. Doc trying to get there. They're starting to throw some smokes out. They want to get their whole entire team up. Reefus is isolated, though, and Doc getting peppered. That is going to make things very, very tough on the side of Aurora. They're going to have to make something happen, though. Can they keep their whole team alive? That's going to be the question. Right now, it's not looking too good. Top needs to make a play. Ooh, barely makes it into the building safely. That's a great nade from Doc. Ling is S down to 1 HP. Reefus is going to have to make something happen with that Uzi.
Yeah, also, we did hear for a few seconds there, the loot truck has long gone from this drop location, Severny. As Doc will try and get a reset on Zjol, so that's going to be then back up, but Reefus here getting surrounded, getting pushed up in the 1v1 by Tian, and he's fully out. No way for him to come back this game. No recall tower. As now it's going to be down to an even Steven fight. The nade is big, but the wall... Oh, yeah, the door just tanks it. Tian will have some really good mobility, able to dodge that incoming utility damage. Aurora, you can see, using up all the meds. That was actually the final piece of medicine available for top. He's just going to be using that energy drink. LGD looking to retreat, maybe maximize their loot slightly, as they are mainly down to a tier 1 helmet, tier 1 vest. So any big damage they take is going to be taken pretty much down to 100%.
This is cooked. This is cooked.
But I mean, they're fully surrounded. There's no escape for Aurora. You can't cross the road, or otherwise Afu's got an angle on you. You have to commit. And if they're eliminated, Nongshim Red Force, Influence Rage, E-Arena, even KRX could push Aurora for the very first time outside of the top 5.
Yeah, this is just the worst. And you know what? Who knows that this fight is happening? It's RRQ. They can come over here and just make chaos for both these teams. But honestly, this is just a terrible fight in general. I think that once they realized, or once they saw the play zone, both these teams should have just said, all right, guys, we got to leave. Because we can't fight this. This is taking way too dang long. Half the lobby is already in military. You have a long way to go. And for LGD, it's a dumb fight in general, considering that if you want to make a chance of trying to make it in the top, you need a 20, 30-point game. And this is not how you're going to get it, right? In general.
I mean, they're trying. I don't think it's that bad of an idea for LGD. Really.
I think it's terrible. I personally.
Okay.
We disagree. What do you think, though? Why?
I feel like, I mean, they just want to commit to it. They've already played in Severny in the past, and I feel like only big games can put LGD back in a race. And by doing a hot drop here, I feel like that is one of the opportunities you can actually start to do a push towards the middle portion of the leaderboard. So I feel it's not a team that I'm like, I instantly hate it. I'm like, if they want to commit to it, fair enough. But actually, one thing that's very important, LGD, they have so many more buildings they could loot up. So they're coming back. They're pretty much all full HP, which is not the case for Aurora. Zjol down to about 50%. Top, he's still not up to 100% HP. And Dog just instantly left the vicinity. It's going to be turned basically into a 3v2. Zjol's giving himself a great back angle with the JS9, swapping on over to the pump, jumping out of that window to avoid the grenade damage as Top gets fully overwhelmed, but Zjol redeems it onto Ling S. But Top, unfortunately for him, that's him, the MVP contender, fully eliminated. It's down to Afu and Tian to shut down Aurora. But RQ in the distance, you talked about it, Hot Jukes. They could be looking for that third party to get the 2 points to enter the smash zone.
And let's see if they're going to be able to do it. Zjol gets Afu, gets the better of him, and gets return shot on Tian. Going to get the thirst. But now it comes down to 1v1. It's Doc. Jumps out the window, gets the elimination, and that is LGD gone. Aurora putting some points on the board, 3 points away from the smash zone, but Norpeco is there ready to try and shut down Doc and the dreams of Aurora.
I was so scared for Doc because he did the leap animation through the window. I was like, okay, he's dead. But no, he still wins it. Great moves from him. But now he was able to get a few bandages, but still not enough. He's solo HP, getting surrounded by the entirety of the Indonesian squad. He would need 3 eliminations solo here, which is he's not even getting remotely close to that. That's it. Aurora stuck on 113 points. They were so close to 116 at the start of today, Hot Jukes, but they just can't convert it. Fumble after fumble. And Aurora just really struggling to get anything done on the wrangle.
Bigatron popping on some shots onto Pedrino. Influence Rage, man. They had a big opportunity to reach into that smash zone, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen as they're now down to 1 single player. Tough start for Influence Rage. Just to tie up kind of what we're talking about, the disagreement on LGD. I do see your point, and I do agree that, yeah, if a hot drop situation to try and get a 30-point game is great, the issue is the zone, right? As soon as it went south, if you're going to do that hot drop, you have to have that fight finish within like 2 minutes. I think the second that they were holding back and just realized, okay, this fight's going to take a little while, they should have just ejected, because a hot drop like that could work, but you need to get all 4 eliminations and keep all 4 players up. But the thing is with a northern play path, you know Aurora is going north, so you're going to try that battle against Aurora. I don't know. It just, to me, there's too many X factors for to make that fight make sense.
I'm going to disagree to your disagreement to my initial point, because leaving Severny when you're involved in a hot drop is really tough, because if you know Severny layout terrain-wise all around it, it's very flat. And if you try and leave, I feel like that would have been an instant chase from Aurora. So the moment you go for it, even despite that circle that goes heavily down south on Military Island, it is just a tough exit. It's kind of one of those cities that when you drop into it, you have to take the fight or you just can't survive the encounter. Unlike maybe Yasnaya, which is so big, you could easily escape. Severny, bit of a different ball game. So they just couldn't escape. And even then, RRQ, even if they did win it, RRQ kind of wanted to surround them, which they did thanks to some amazing scouting from Genfos, though. Pops, it's western side. And, you know, I'm sorry, I feel like we sound very biased for Aurora, which, no, I am a little bit. I like the team. They're pretty cool. They've won so many circles exactly like this.
Yep.
It hurts. It really hurts to see this, and Aurora already being out, one of the first 2 teams eliminated this game. Yeah, the stars just align against Aurora, it feels like.
Yeah, really unfortunate. I think if it was another team that was like high up on the leaderboards, I think both of them would have left, because they're just like, hey, we can't afford this. But LGD being so low, I think they're just like, yeah, let's just fight this out. And it just didn't end up working out for either of these squads, as they're both done for in this game. But enough talking about that. We really got to dial in on the rest of the lobby here. We have RRQ 1 point away from Smash Zone. Nongshim Red Force very close to it as well. And of course, FURIA, a team we got to have our eyes on here, because if they win this game, the tournament is over. Doesn't matter how much of a lead TIANBA has.
Very
you smash,
big reply.
You are the champs.
Yeah, very big reply from FURIA, though, not looking to contest that location away from KRX whatsoever. I feel like that is a great response, because all you need is a win. It can be literally a 0 elimination win, which is very hard to do, but it happens rarely. All you need is that chicken dinner. Same for TIANBA. You don't need to go aggressive in the early stage. Just take it slow. Avoid any early to mid-stage encounters, unless there's literally so much value to gain that it is actually worth it. And it'd be worth it. And then so easy with Hovercraft. This is the best way to do it. You see a Hovercraft, you shoot it down. That one is going to explode normally very soon. It is smoking, about to be lit on fire. Always the best kind of approach. See Hovercraft, Hot Jukes, just blast it into oblivion, because you don't want to let that one be in functional condition.
No, you do not. Looking at RRQ moving super late in the zone. They did that camp onto Aurora, shut them out of the tournament. Looking to hopefully at least secure a top 3 finish. And yeah, if you're Aurora, and if the game ends right now, I mean, yeah, you got top 3. You're gonna be in the money, that's for sure.
But they're top 4 now, actually. So
yeah,
they're getting pushed down quite a bit. It's looking pretty bad.
What,
you know
RRQ?
Aurora. We're not going to talk about them anymore now, because you know what?
I meant RRQ. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, my bad. I guess I said
like,
Aurora. Yeah, no, they
that
passed up Aurora. But yeah, so RRQ 115 points. Not doing too bad. TIANBA, this is in the blue zone still. So TIANBA, they are eating a lot of blue damage as they're worried about Thunder Talk behind them. There are still so many squads hunting down this eastern bridge. This is looking chaotic.
I mean, I do wonder if TIANBA are aware this is RRQ because they saw the elimination feed light up. They know, well, it's probably Tavernier, right, between LGD and Aurora. It's the only fight that really makes sense. It's the only team that makes sense. So if we hold the Eastern Bridge, maybe we get very lucky and deny another team's entry into the 116-point club, which would be massive as QZZ, great line of sight over the water, gets that one done. And by creating a little bit of a power vacuum on the other side of the bridge, that just opens up a massive rotation, which they're instantly going to pull off because they see D+. Don't want any of that smoke, not willing to commit to the defense whatsoever, and that is actually a pretty decent reply from D+. As TIANBA, quick rotation, got 4 vehicles, QZZ staying on the backside just in case they do get re-engaged from a team going for a late rotation, which could be or Thunder Talk or RRQ. So do keep that in mind, as they do find that loot truck, which, who got that loot? I didn't see it earlier, but if it was a good weapon, who knows? That could be a team with a P90 or an MG3 in their backpack.
You're going to need it, that's for sure, with this kind of circle, as we're going on over to the bridge on the west side. And all these teams are already kind of holding those positions. TIANBA moving in super late, but it's still stage 3. They can afford to eat a little bit of blue zone here. But yeah, you know, when it comes to these late rotations like this, usually a lot of these top squads, they know better, right? They're like, hey, you know what? We can't afford to do an engagement in this place because we're both just going to go out. So they kind of do this little raising of the white flag, unless of course a player just is too obvious, then yeah, you got to get that elimination. But at a certain point, you got to just look at the other squad and say, guys, it's either we both don't shoot and get into this next zone, or we both get eliminated right now. And usually you want to pick the former. Yeah,
I mean, RRQ, as they just reached 116. If you spot any player of TIANBA and FURIA, if you just see them in the elimination feed, just send it. Because it doesn't matter. RRQ don't need a win at this point. All they need is to make sure TIANBA and FURIA don't get a chicken dinner. So hopefully they change their mindset. As Influence Rage, taken out of the picture entirely. And 116, not happening for them.
RRQ have reached the smash zone. 116 points. They have done it. So now they can't, if they win this game, the tournament is not over, right? Because they just reached that threshold, everybody. So they are in the zone. So if they win the next 2 games, or just one of those next Miramars, the tournament is over for them. But they are now in that smash zone. Still, TIANBA, FURIA are the biggest threats in this lobby. Nongshim Red Force are looking to cross that threshold. E-Arena, so many teams can make it happen as well.
Well, Nongshim Red Force is going to be the next one to focus on. I mean, they got a decent compound here. It's going to be on the road trifecta in the valley, west of military base. Can't afford to get eliminated at this point of the match. Got to get still a pretty decent 6-pointer. It's TIANBA looking to push up. This is actually a very good position on this circle. Are they going to think it's valuable? It's worth committing to the fight onto all gamers. Because generally, if you get this fight, Hot Jukes, and you don't lose a single player, and you control the entirety of this mountain range, it's a game-winning position. I've seen so many chicken dinners happening here, so if they go for the push, I would not be shocked. And actually, TIANBA, they're rocking up, going for the high ground. They're looking to get involved. They might just be passing on by. They're not committing to all gamers because the circle went up north instead. It's not worth any more. They're moving on by.
How did they get this position? How did TIANBA be able to secure this coming in this late into the zone? Are you kidding me? TIANBA, with that zone rotate, that perfect timing, somehow clutch up a dominant position in the zone.
I don't know if I would call it dominant, because in terms of terrain, all gamers have got a perfect line of sight on you, and all you can really play around is this shed, which is exactly what they're doing. They do park the cars behind it. This doesn't strike me as like a game-winning position, unlike what all gamers currently hold down, but S2G looking to claim that real estate for themselves. If S2G push up onto all gamers, we need to see a third party from TIANBA. That could be the massive deciding factor of this game. So TIANBA's got to be very aware of what's happening across the board this game. Bigatron, as they make a quick cross over the bridge with Weibo, FURIA, D plus Kia, both kind of looking in their direction, having to use up a bunch of their utility and especially smoke to survive. They're looking good, but same for TIANBA. They go for the low ground on the road. I said it, it's risky, and instantly they get one player taken out by all gamers.
I don't know why they went on the low ground there. That's just makes no sense at this point. QZZ gonna be holding the shack for now. They had a central position, but losing a player like that's gonna be tough. Still sneaking away a central position after having to come that late into the blue zone. Pretty wild. But you got to be able to take what you can get. TIANBA, when it comes to just points, doing a great job. But that smash zone is the concern here. Now, RRQ are eliminated, but they did reach that smash zone. There goes S2G. And now all gamers looking to have a good game here.
Yeah, they're loving it. Having a great time. S2G, that could have been good. Finally able to pull maybe a KRX even if they go really hard. I mean, a 30-pointer will do that for you. But all gamers so far, one of the best defenses we've seen from this team, right? Especially for a squad that missed out on the group stage. Not sure what they were going to do. They had a good opening day. After that, it's been kind of downhill from there on out. As they did go for a slight flex out. ThunderTalk did snatch away their own high ground spot. As Liu stranded, cooking up that nade, 1 second left, and Liu will get taken on out. But actually, he goes for a great counterplay. Awake, that's going to be a huge one-on-one. Now it's down to AJ, sole survivor for ThunderTalk, and if all gamers are quick about it, they can even get the reset onto Liu. A third party is also in the cards down south. D plus Kia looking for a piece of the pie.
Hey, all gamers are starting to game, I'll tell you that right now. And with 7 eliminations, maybe they're trying to hunt down their 30-point game. This could be huge for them if they do. Because if they do get 30 points, that could be in the smash zone. Meanwhile, you got D plus, yeah, starting to creep up onto all gamers. Maple gonna have that high ground. He has an opportunity to hit some shots. Nope, gonna go ahead and back off.
And TIANBA still, I feel like, don't want to take this fight. I mean, especially after losing one player who was Eagle. Not gonna be willing to get involved. I feel like their game plan is just hold on to that shed, hope for the best. Hopefully the circle just favors that spot. I mean, maybe get a very low elimination win, which is, again, all you need if you want to smash it up. D plus, as expected, go for the push on the mountainside. Circle is closing up in about 40 seconds worth of time, so D plus don't have a lot of time to work with. They need to start thinking about how they're going to commit to this fight or escape if they want to go for another location instead. Because phase 5, as we know, that's when the circle really starts to tickle. And you don't want to exhaust all your utility and meds at this point of the match. You really want to try and keep it for the late game.
Oh, man. This is going to be a tough circle. I mean, there's a lot of open terrain here. Sure, there's some elevation, there's some spots, but it's going to be a tough zone. Look at how much open space there is here. And FURIA are right there on the edge. I wouldn't be surprised if we see FURIA just kind of play this very quietly for the most part. Just kind of hold this position, wait for the next zone to pop. Oh, but he spots Hyunbin. He's like, no, I'm going to take this elimination if I can get it. But yeah, he made a lot of noise, gets caught, and now Ayala knocked. Will Igor be able to throw the smokes out and get his teammate back up? It looks like they just might be able to.
He's like, you're shooting the Mini 14 out in the open? No, sit down. that is the kind of response you want to see.
I was expecting more of him to wait.
Yeah, me too. But no, Nocturne Red Force, though, they cannot wait too long in this game. 2 minutes, that position would be out in the blue zone, though. They're taking too long. I believe they even crashed their car for a split second there. So that's going to delay their rotation just even further by an extra, 20 seconds. FURIA need to hold the line, because if they do so, actually, this is really big. FURIA being in the smash zone, 117 points. If they eliminate Nocturne Red Force, that are in this match, I would say, the main threat to their potential win, FURIA could actually wrap it up. They could get the win from that northern eastern position in this zone. Or even TIANBA. Their position, I said, was a bit risky, but they're dead center of phase 5. It's kind of king of the hill for them. If they keep remaining there and all the teams eliminate each other on the edge, TIANBA, FURIA, it's not impossible, Hodges, to see them wrap it up and finally get an international smash ruling taking effect.
That's what I'm saying here. These guys are both big threats here. TIANBA somehow stole a central position after being one of the latest teams to enter this circle. Yeah, it doesn't have the coverage that they're looking for, but man, dead center in a position like this, with how many teams are going to be forced to fight on the edge, it could be enough. We'll have to wait and see, though, because FURIA are still awaiting with a really good spot. All 4 players up, but they got to take out Nocturne Red Force first.
Gotta win this fight. Igor was saving the day last match, getting them into the smash zone. But now he will be one of the early casualties. That res. Unless they eliminate all of Nocturne Red Force, it ain't happening. He might even just nade his teammate. Oh, he got to put some no friendly fire activated. FURIA. Not the way to go, but they do get some damage onto XEY. They've got to be careful to overpeak it, Chief. That's a good spray. And the nade! He gets taken on now. It's Silence and Ayala. The top 2 from this roster, but they're getting surrounded by South Korean players. It's Tizzy. Hyunbin looking to rock up. Hyunbin gets the angle on Silence.
Got him!
And with that said, That's it. Oh, FURIA fully eliminated from this game. Only TIANBA can now smash out this tournament.
Well, now with that, Nongshim Red Force are now 2 points away from reaching into that smash zone. But you are correct. It's all up to TIANBA. If TIANBA win this game, this tournament is over. RRQ with 116. If TIANBA win and Nongshim Red Force get no point, that is FURIA ending this with 2nd place. Meanwhile, Nongshim Red Force now getting knocked. Tizzy, KRX are on a tear here. It's so easy. Needs to get another elimination. He doesn't. Are they going to reach enough? Did they get enough placement points? Only 1. That isn't going to do it. Nongshim Red Force not able to reach that smash zone. Now let's see what happens as TIANBA are still alive.
Oh, so many teams got like 1, 2 points away. Last game it was RRQ. This time it's Nongshim Red Force, as you said, Hodrix, 1 point away. Feeling quite unfortunate, but you know what? It might not matter if TIANBA get the win. As though going on this mountaintop that we've been talking about for the last few minutes now, it's finally going to be committed to for D plus Kia, looking to snatch away this position for themselves. It's going to be Chips on the front line, pump in hand. Tier 2 helmet, Tier 2 vest, able to tank maybe a little bit and more extra damage coming his way. They're looking to swarm it. Flower H going to be doing all the heavy lifting with Maple. And that is them up to 10 elimination. All gamers were sleeping until this point, but they're finally waking up.
Will it be enough? Could you imagine all gamers get a crazy 2nd place finish and somehow push themselves all the way to the top 3? And then if TIANBA somehow win it, that is it. The leaderboards are locked. Let's see what happens though. It's all gamers making some noise here in the last Aaron Gale of the day. Last 2 players up for E-Arena, just trying to snake it to make it at this point. But the blue zone is closing. Things are not looking good for the side of Tourney K.
By the way, I did see for a few seconds there, Al-Ula, you can see actually on the left side of your screen, Claus has got himself a hovercraft, and an open-ended finish like this is a very important resource. Could really kind of dictate how this game is going to wrap up. So yeah, Tourney K gonna be spotted, and so many players are just being thrown in his overall direction, fully overwhelmed. There's not much you could really do at that moment. Another elimination, up to 11 so far, having their best game, not only of today, but also the entire tournament. Full gamers finally seeing some presence. Is now putting their focus onto Joker out in the open. Gonna have a really tough time surviving this one, but this is now down to top 5, and TIANBA are still in this game as a 3-man looking to deny all gamers rotation hot shoots. If they get it, they could be going for the insane comeback and the game.
Headshot, and now XCZ is knocked. He gets another heady. QZZ is adding that damage up, and with top out early, QZZ is looking really good. That rock being so supportive for him. Gonna go ahead and throw smoke now. Oh, and they gotta watch about KRX. KRX coming from behind. That is gonna be deadly for the side of TIANBA.
I mean, this is an issue. You don't want to let anyone get nade range, and they are, in fact, in nade range. You want to smoke up the window from your shed. Ouch. That's a good nade. It gets a bit of damage. Forces
get out of here.
that car out of position, and they're instantly sending it to the west onto actually the side of Al-Ula, and all gamers. They're going aggressive while leaving QZZ behind. It's Milo and Aiken looking to take it home, and they get those 2 eliminations instantly. All gamers falling apart. But QZZ also taken away. He was in the center. He's out of the match. It's down to Aiken and Milu. As Aiken is knocked, the smash will not happen. TIANBA eliminated in top 5.
TIANBA are done, but they put some placement points on the board. They have a massive lead here. The biggest threats to them are now going to be those smash rule teams. But that is it for almost all of our top squads in the lobby. But let's see what KRX can do. 100 points on the board. They have 4. They can put themselves in a great position, especially if they're able to get all the rest of the eliminations here.
Come on, do it again. I mean, I feel like actually counting all the points available, it's impossible for KRX to get in. Well, actually, no. If they get the chicken dinner, they get 10 points. They need 16. There's still... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's
no,
enough.
Not possible.
No, it's not.
I don't think so. No, it's not. Yeah, I counted. Was like, wait a minute. No, it's not doable. So even a chicken
they
dinner
have a 4-man. It'd be 1 short. Yeah.
Yeah, just try and get as many points as possible, because if they get a huge elimination game, actually, Hodrix, they would overtake pretty much everyone. Maybe also included Aurora. So this could be them finally making a massive jump from 4th position up to the podium in 2 games, Hodrix. What is going on for KRX?
Hey, Maple's gonna go ahead and deny that point, though. He's like, you ain't taking me out. So KRX looking to finish strong here with another crazy game. Unreal.
Still got the hovercraft. Claws, and an MG3. Okay, well, literally, you can't have better loot than what AURORA have, and also with the hovercraft, they are looking insane. Just put the MG3 player in that hovercraft and send it. Might work out for you. But KRX also looking to get themselves the back-to-back win, trying to execute the RRQ game plan. Well, actually, still Bigatron as a solo up there, right? It's Axel. And because of his position, Hodrix, I feel like no one's going to really look his direction. Axel could get a second place this game.
That would be good. Why not, right? Bigatron put some points on the board. Make something happen for the Indonesian team. KRX, the big threat, though, when it comes to the leaderboards. AURORA and BTR are way too far away at this point. Let's see what KRX can do. Calm before the storm. 47 seconds on the clock. The zone is going to start to close. Let's see who's going to be able to win this one now. You got AURORA very set up. Yeah, Axel gone. That's going to be a third place finish. And Claws, wow, that hovercraft getting just straight demolished.
That's fine. It's a tangible defensive setup now. You can stay right behind it. There's no real threat as Bigatron do lose their final player. Axel taken out. Now it's going to be down to a 4v3 man advantage, fully in favor of KRX, but they're going to go for the setup here, getting in their vehicles, Hot Troops. They're looking to get in CQC range of all the players of AURORA.
Here they go. You got Reb there with the MG3 locked and loaded, ready to go here. KRX, like you mentioned, with the man advantage. Going to go ahead and throw a nade out. Going to go ahead and hit that monster truck. QXDZ gets peppered up just a little bit by that nade. How about that one, though? That one looks good. Oh, actually just a little too far.
A little bit too high. Not working out, but look at the rest of KRX. Man, they got so much utility. I feel like that's all the loot they got from FURIA early on this game. So the utility, again, this is why you maintain that grenade count really high. And look at the top side of your screen. They still got 15 grenades available, but only one smoke. So denying those angles is going to be a little bit tough for KRX to pull off. But those nades, doesn't matter. Throw them until Kingdom Come, because you got a lot to work with. Wait, still 15. They just used some. Oh, maybe the number lies.
Yeah, maybe the number is stuck there. Maybe that's how much they had whenever the graphic came up. But now, we're going to just see KRX just trying to spread their wings. Everybody just throwing out their util, trying to catch a knock to give them a little extra advantage. Going into the last zone here. Zone won't shift, but it will go all the way down to the center of the circle. So let's see what happens. As 8 seconds on the clock, the zone will start closing, and we're going to find out who is going to be your last Erangel of the day winner.
By the way, this is not just an insane comeback story from the entirety of KRX, but Hoxie was on our MVP ranking earlier, also doing some insane damage and elimination secured. So who knows, when TIANBA are out, AURORA are out, maybe we could see one of the KRX members do a mad dash for the MVP award. As now with all the I feel like we're getting close to 15 grenades being thrown. I feel like KRX kind of extinguished most of their utility that they had available. So without that util, they might make AURORA just a little bit more confident to send it out in the open. But one of the players of AURORA, I did see for a moment there, does have an M79. If he still has some ammo available, that could create a decent smoke road to just get closer in range of the likes of Benny.
Let's see what happens. Benny moving up now. The zone is closing. All right, now we're going to see who wins it. I think that KRX is going to have a little bit more retail here. Hopefully they reserve some of that util. Yeah, now it's starting to ring out. They're going to be throwing out all their utility here. AURORA are going to have to make a crazy shot in order to take the advantage.
How do they still have grenades? I swear there's been more than 15. I don't know how. They just keep pulling them out.
Okay, now it's one. Now it's one.
Oh, now it's one. There you go. One final grenade has been fully updated. One actually grenade available for the side of AURORA.
Nice
but
shot.
Red, finally, the off-angle play is going to be secured. Knocked on out. Claws might suffer a similar fate, and he does indeed. Yasser here against the world. It's a 1v4. They just can't win. And KRX make the back-to-back chicken dinner happen, and they do it in style.
With some serious eliminations. KRX from the bottom of the leaderboards from 14th place. Where the heck are they going to end up after that game, man? Okay, the South Korea team just straight clutch here on the last day. That's it for Erangel, though. We are done with Erangel. We are going to Miramar. The next game, Max, will be the last chance for teams to enter the Smash Zone. So now more than ever, and this is time to just talk to your squad, get the plays correct, make sure that you're all set up, because this next game is going to be so dang important.
It's going to be really intense for these squads. As you said, the final opportunity for some teams to go and enter the Smash Zone. And keep in mind, even though we might have a match 6, even if you smash in match 6 and you're not number 1 in terms of overall points, you still win the tournament. Because there's been a pretty healthy gap created by TIANBA in the last few games. So
yeah,
even if you are not number 1 in overall points, there's still an opportunity for you to literally steal from their hands the trophy for the Macao Invitational, as our game MVP is going to be Hoxie. And I'm really curious, actually, to see, is that going to put him in top 3 in terms of MVP contenders? Because Hoxie's been having an insane day 3 in these finals.
And KRX in general, I mean, wow, just a crazy, crazy comeback here. Like I said, we saw the comeback from RRQ. I didn't think that was going to get touched, but KRX said, hey, hold my M4, like you mentioned, right? And they made it happen. But it all started off with this initial engagement. Ugh, not a fan of it. But I don't think either of these teams were, because none of them were able to make it out alive.
Yeah, I'm going to call that the Aurora throw. Unfortunately, quite typical. We do see that happening quite a lot. You're just a bit of a head scratcher. Why were they doing that? We don't know. The only way to really know would be to ask the players. And especially when, which I do get why they would go up to Severny as the secondary drop location, and the plane path really favored Severny. But LGD also have set up shop over there, so maybe there were better options available. Maybe they could have gone for Meshki instead and went for wide east and rotate. But adaptability is unfortunately not the middle name also of Aurora. That is something that they need to work on for sure. Look at some of these fights. The Nongshim Red Force kind of allowing this tournament to go further. I feel like if Nongshim Red Force don't Furia, I feel like that might have been the Furia win. But they just get snuffed out, and the win is just not headed their direction at all that game.
TIANBA is still putting up points on the board regardless. I love that push that they did there, and just boom, taken out by Al-Ula. But a great game at the end of the day here. KRX, 7 total eliminations. That's going to be 17 points. With that last game that they just did, 49 points, Max, in 2 matches. Wow.
Dropping another Gum Gum pistol right now. You know, maybe turning into a Gum Gum Gatling, because he's able to get himself so many eliminations, 17 points total. And all gamers. Sure, the tournament run, I would say, is pretty much done, right, for the actual win. Though, I am looking at the rankings, so I'm not going to spoil it just yet, but all gamers not too far away from some big names at the very top of the leaderboard. So we'll see if they can try and convert into an actual massive comeback. So on the rest here, S2G also showing some signs of life, but Aurora, sure, they get 4 eliminations, but we know they needed way more. They're missing out by 3 points. Aurora, you can't afford to fumble here. Otherwise, that smash ruling is not going to be headed your way at all in PMMI.
Nope, not going to happen here. Let's take a look at the second page. A lot of different names on there. One of them in particular, RRQ with 2 points. Now, everybody's like, oh, just 2? But guess what? That 2 was just enough to put them into the Smash Zone. So now we have 3 teams that could end this tournament in just 1 single match. Let's take a look at the overall rankings, though. This is where our eyes are going to have to be locked on. TIANBA, of course, on top with a major lead. So at this point, Max, I think we can confidently say, if you want to win this tournament, you're going to have to do it via Smash Rule, because TIANBA have a massive point gap here. And there's 3 teams that can do it, FURIA and RRQ. Looking at the bottom of the leaderboards, though, Max, like you mentioned, all gamers there with 104.
Yeah, generally 12 points. They're up there with the likes of Nongshim Red Force, RRQ, Furia, and TIANBA. So got to keep an eye out for the boys from China as your PL Spring champions. But I was going to say, the only way, actually, Furia could win it without a smash ruling if they get a win. But then if they get a win, they win by smash.
Exactly.
So that's something to keep in mind. But it could be the case for the likes of Nongshim and Aurora. If they get a big game, they could also look to close the gap between themselves and TIANBA on literally the penultimate game.
Well, this next game is going to be so important, right? Because all gamers, you talked about them, they're in 8th place, right? They could still win this tournament. They could, right? And that's if they get 12 points minimum in this next game and then win the last one, right? So it's still possible. For Influence Rage, you know, absolutely possible as well. Even going down to E-Arena, right? They have 102 points. They need minimum 14 in this next game. So a lot of different possibilities here, guys. You know, will it happen? Can it happen? That's a different question. but it is possible. So we'll see just how this next Miramar is going to fare. It is going to be just a critical one. But at the end of the day, the only way for that to be possible is you're going to have to make sure TIANBA, FURIA, and RRQ do not win.
I feel like the MVP race is done, actually. Looking at the overall eliminations, that's a 10 elimination lead that's been created. I think it's done unless we see literally a 10 solo game happening for one of these players. Actually, it's really close. Top, Hyunbin and QXC, really close, 29, 29, and 28. Really good showing. As now the other graphic for the damage, Top is going to be number 1. And actually, the gap has been closed significantly. It was almost like an 800 damage difference, but now QZZ is also going to be up there, just literally only double-digit damage points away from Top, so that's pretty huge. Lorenzen's there, and then Flower H, for the very first time of the tournament, Hot Jukes, is going to be in the top 4 damage dealers with 6,197 total damage.
Well, guys, that's it for Aaron Gale. We're coming up to Miramar very, very soon. We got a short break. We'll be right back. On their faces, these guys are locked in, ready to go. The second to last match of the PUBG Mobile Macau Invitational Grand Finals is now. Here we go into Miramar.
Let's get it done. Let's see if we're going to get someone in our top 3 teams to get the win, or other contenders are looking to take them down and make it a total of 6 games played on the final day of the Macau Invitational Grand Finals. Here we go. Great shots. Taking a quick look at Partona of this Battlegrounds. And by the way, I did a little bit of research, Hot Jukes.
Okay.
So far, the current record, globally speaking, for PUBG Mobile Esports with the amount of teams to make it in the Smash Zone has been 3 that was reached, and actually was tied, but it was reached last year during the PMGC Grand Finals with, it was secured by Alpha 7, also Ulf, and Alpha Gaming back then, now Aurora. We could beat this record right now. It could be pushed up to 4, 5, maybe even 6 teams entering the Smash Zone, but of course that is if our current top 3 lobby leaders do not get the win.
Oh boy. Well, let's see what ends up happening here. As we're going to see FURIA hop in the vehicle in the Marauder real quick and get moving here. TIANBA going towards Valle del Mar. They're going to be all the way down south. And
Sounds so nice. I love it. It's like ASMR. I don't know, man. I love it. It's great.
Yeah, I love to be able to use some of that Latino heat here, as the heat is going to be turned up to 11 in this circle, as it's going to be on the left side. Now, there is some unplayable area in the zone, so that's going to take up about 15% of it. But TIANBA are not going to have to move fast here because they're in this next circle.
But they're fine, right? It's going to be Valle del Mar. They drop there. There's literally... There's a massive wall to the west of them, so there's no potential threat of a team just wrapping behind you and instantly eliminating a few players on your squad. So they're fine. I actually really feel like this is going to be an easy early game setup for them. So TIANBA set up pretty nicely. FURIA looking at their position. They're Monte Nuevo. Not as close to the wall, so teams could easily surround them. But in terms of looting stage and position in the zone, they're looking pretty much set up for success. And same for Aurora. There's also in the play zone in Chumacera. So they're going to be having a good early stage. Actually, all 3 teams that are going to be in the Smash Zone are looking pretty comfortable because RRQ is in Picado. So all 3 of them, phase 1, unless a massive, literally first 5-minute breach happens, Hot Troops, which I'm hoping does not happen. But if it does, that would be the only way for them to have a bad start, because otherwise the circle is being gifted to them.
Yes, it is. You got RRQ up in Pecado. That is right. You know what Pecado means?
What does it mean? What
Sin. Is Sin City.
What happened to LGD?
Mao Mao. Hello?
Was it the loot truck?
It was the loot truck! All right, they got a little bit too close for comfort, but hey, you know what? They're gonna be safe. But look at the player streams. He's just like a little wipe on the forehead and just like, oh. I hope they don't catch this on stream.
Yeah, sometimes you want the loot, but sometimes the loot fights back.
That's right.
Oh, that's fine. They get the full reset. It does suck a little bit, though, because as you know, in PUBG Mobile, when you get knocked, the next time you get knocked, you bleed out a little bit faster. So it's a very funny, tiny mistake, but it actually could have a little bit of a knock-on effect in the later stages of the game. So doing it once is fine. Just don't do it twice, because then you're really going to bleed out fast later on in the game. Be careful.
Oh, my goodness.
Hopefully they get P90 for their troubles, man. Hopefully it'd be worth it.
Right? Get something extra. That thing hurt. But you know what? At least they'll make sure to get all their new armor. They'll be all set up. As right now, okay, teams just, getting looted, getting moving here. No kind of crazy rotations that we're seeing. This is just straight loot phase at this point. FURIA are dead center. RRQ, they already moved out of Pecado, and they're going to be moving towards Monte Nuevo. So they should be centering up. Now TIANBA are actually starting to make that charge up north too. So literally all the Smash teams, Max, are already pretty much in the center of this first circle.
Yeah, they're incredibly set up, as I talked about. And what's going on? The loot truck again? Round 2?
Not again.
Imagine just seeing the loot truck chasing down LGD. Like, oh. Actually, you know what? I feel like an absolute noob of a caster right now. I didn't know you could get knocked by an exploded loot truck. So that's news to me, because I've never been in CQC range of a loot truck when it explodes. I'm always like maybe 10 meters away. So that's some good information to have. And I'm sure LGD will never do that mistake again. They're going to stay clear from that loot truck. So good info to have.
Yeah, I found that out the hard way, personally.
Oh, you knew?
I blasted it with a shotgun and boom, dude, it blew up in my face. You know? But it is what it is. It is what it is. It was still a great game, regardless. Top ends up finding a level 3 vest. That was nice to see. And there goes TIANBA. Milu. Looking for some high ground action. He's going to find it, too. Igor is very, very close to him, though. Gotta be careful.
He would not stay. He would not stay here. I feel like it's a pretty interesting split from Furia, by the way. They got the entire mountain range to the west, southern western side, should I even say, of Monte Nuevo. You see anyone get remotely close, you get any audio cue, that should be an instant regroup from Furia. And I'm actually kind of surprised that Igor is not already looking to pull the trigger on that move back to his squad mates. He's looking to linger, remain on the off angle. So be careful. Losing a player here, Furia, your odds of a winner chicken dinner will dwindle down pretty damn quickly. But it is not any team, by the way. It is TIANBA. So this is really a fight, Hodrich, that these two teams don't want to take.
Nope.
Because that chicken dinner might just slip right under their nose if they lose a single player.
Yeah, if Milu can find the opening knock, though, he's going to take it. That's for sure. He wants that point. But Igor going to have to be a little careful here. Uh-oh. It's QZZ, your biggest MVP contender, getting very, very close to the side of Aurora. There was a nade.
Leave.
Yeah, he just lets Doc know, hey, I'm here. You want some of this? No, he does not.
Good. Doc, the dockening, give it up. It ain't time for these memes. Just looking to reposition. Especially when Chumasera is so sent off the circle. I understand you want to scout, but I'm talking not just for Aurora, but really all the teams, even Furia and TIANBA, the way they were playing is kind of like really proactive scouting. Scouting is great. I'd recommend doing it every game if you can. It's not worth trading information for players, right? If you can keep your entire team alive, it's better to keep your full team alive than being down to 3 and having extra information. Unless it's like a very extreme case scenario. Otherwise, 4 players is always more valuable than information in a lobby like this. Sigurd looking to move the car. And I feel like he's not looking to regroup. He's just making a bit of noise. Just making known this building has been occupied. Someone is here.
My building. My building.
So please leave.
Yeah, please get out of here, dude. Get out of here. Yeah, that's what everyone's doing. I like that. I like how these pro players, they just shoot shots and say, hey, this is taken, right? Because they don't want the fight. You know what I'm saying? They do not want to deal with an engagement here because and transitionally, if you have to end up into an engagement, you're going to get third-partied. So,
yeah, like for Firem, was that a misclick or was it just really trying to take control to scare away what was down the east of them? BTR? I feel like it is just trying to make some sound to say, hey, we're ready to fight. Don't mess with us right now. It's phase 1. It's not worth it. You don't want to take the fight. We don't want to take the fight. Let's agree to disagree and just call it a day. And I feel like that's what RQ were trying to do, and I respect it. Though this circle for TIANBA, actually, if you're TIANBA, Hodrix, I would even say you drop Valle del Mar. Might as well just go straight back to the city and avoid all those northern and eastern teams pushing in phase 2.
I don't know, that the city's good, but that mountainside on the left side is like the best position in this circle.
It's good too. I agree.
Yeah, it's such a dominant position. So either or will work, but I think that mountainside's yeah, you can tell they are taking it here. So TIANBA are going to be rock solid for this circle positionally.
King of the mountain, king of the mountain. That's TIANBA. Gotta be careful though, because this is pretty bad ridge to keep your car safe. I would say if you can find a better parking spot, that would be huge. But Furia looking to just jump ahead of their location entirely, just cruising their way through the valley. And actually going for the mountain that you talked about, which as I was looking at the map, it actually kind of is a better option than Valle del Mar, so I fully agree. But TIANBA, I feel like we're scared to have to go downhill, over the valley, back uphill. It's a bit of a risk, especially when you don't know where teams are going to rotate from and where they're going to stop. So, I get it for TIANBA, and I do respect the approach. Suki from Weibo will be the first blood secured by Influence Rage, so keep in mind they could also look to make a little bit of a push in the Smash Zone. Now just 7 points away from 116. They could make it happen here on Miramar.
Yeah, you have to hit 116 and then win the next match. So this is the last chance for all these teams to reach that Smash Zone. And now Bay's looking to shut down the dreams of Influence Rage as they're trying to pick their team out. Lawrence is going to get thirsted 100%. Little boy getting pieced up. Yeah, this is just worst case scenario for Influence Rage.
Hey, Weibo, you know what? Sure, take the fight. You won it last year, PMHI. I don't think they want to be known as the team that were first and then literally last place in the finals. Just overtake S2G. I feel like that's really all they're aiming for because the PMWC dream is pretty much dead in the water. Z Arena, very aggressive. On 90 team, it's currently the lobby leaders, TIANBA. They can't afford to fumble, Hodrix. They need a straight up, easy, landslide victory if they want to have a chance to go for the win. But the Arena, they're committed, they're aggressive. They want a piece of TIANBA.
QZZ not able to get the bounce nade down. Now E-Arena are going to have a good opportunity to get on in here. Joker knocks down QZZ. That's a huge initial knock. Milu is down. TIANBA is falling apart. This dominant position. E-Arena want it. They want the chicken dinner. And are they going to get it? They are. So E-Arena have eliminated TIANBA.
He just had a little hug there. He literally touched his character model before getting eliminated. But what an easy fight for E-Arena. Those grenades in particular just beautifully executed. That is how you made that position of Longhouse. Their Influence Rage also involved in a bit of a, well, I would say cheeky skirmish. It's a really bad skirmish for them. Down to as he's getting surrounded. And not only by Weibo, it's also KRX wanting to get involved, looking to get an extra few points to maintain this comeback opportunity. As that's it, Influence Rage not getting anything done in this game. And actually, looking at the elimination feed and also the leaderboards, Nongshim Red Force reaching 116 points, Otrux. We now have 4 teams in that smash zone.
There we go. So if Nongshim Red Force win the next game, that is it. They will become your champions. AURORA, KRX, all looking to push into that smash zone as well. Man, this is going to be crazy. The next game, if we get there, is going to be wild.
Well,
KRX though getting hurt. Yeah,
that's really bad. You just need 3 more points. Even if you get eliminated, it does not matter. Just 3 more points, KRX, and you'll not only overtake AURORA, but also join Nongshim Red Force, FURIA, RRQ, and TIANBA up in the smash zone. RRQ, they're also looking to go for the win, but they lost a member. FURIA also lost a member as a 3-man. The results of a chicken dinner go down significantly, Hot Troops. No more room for mistakes.
I want to see that KRX fight down on the bottom left. Show us that right now, because that is so important. If KRX get these 3 points, they will reach the smash zone. I can see him there with the nade. I'm going to be casting that little mini perspective. It looks like they did get a couple confirmations, but now can they get the next one? He's going for the res. Here we go. Shotgun play going up. I don't know why we're looking at Gen Boss. Meanwhile, KRX don't want to lose your players. They're going to get the confirmations on them. Oh, so KRX are going to lose those. But can he get this elimination? Let's see.
We'll see if he can get the reset on his teammate. That's going to be the hope. That's only 2 points, man. They don't want to pull an RRQ where they're just 2 points away. Did it. And he does secure it onto Bay. What a play. That pushes them up right up to 115. 1 point needed. If they can just survive to top 8, that will be them also joining the other teams in the smash zone. But over to another position here on the map. It's going to be Bigatron. In the middle pack of the leaderboards, 86 points. Still an opportunity to increase their prize pool winnings. As S2G here, it's going to be standing between them and an extra elimination point. Should be an easy one. With their utility, decent Molotov going to spread down on the concrete, trying to force him into a very small area. Bigatron, if you try to send at the same time an overwhelm loss, that should be an easy 1v3 scenario.
Yeah, inconsequential fight when it comes to leaderboards here, but a fun one to see regardless. Federales with the explosive ball! Ooh, huge! All right, we got to see it. Gets lost. Very, very nice.
Sook is watching it from the lobby. He's like, I'm so proud. Now that's how you use an explosive bow. I mean, actually, it is a very good way to play it there because it's one of the few buildings where you can easily use the explosive bow on the roof inside and get that damage dealt. So that was a very, very tricky play, and he pulled it off beautifully. Well done indeed. Genfos, though, looking back at his POV, playing with the M1 Garand and just taking a few shots to show again they're willing to fight, scaring teams away. But really, looking back at the overall scheme of this game, the circle's about to shift. Furia, will they be rewarded once more with a very central position? And it does go down south, actually, towards Valle del Mar. So, yeah, if you're TIANBA, they didn't leave that previous location we talked about, Hodge, because we were kind of theory crafting. Where should they go? They didn't go anywhere that we expected, and by doing so, I feel like that was a mistake, and E-Arena instantly shut them down. That is a very unfortunate way for them to end this first Miramar.
Well, let's see what AURORA can do. How are they going to end it out? They need 3 more points to reach that smash zone. And I'm going to say it here, guys. If KRX don't get that 1, if AURORA don't get, their chance of winning this is 0. There's no way they win this tournament. If they're able to get to that smash zone, they have a chance. Because all they got to do is win 1 game, and that's the last game of the day. Let's see what AURORA, though. AURORA now battling it out with D plus Kia.
I don't even care if AURORA win or not. I just want to see 6 teams in the smash zone.
Me too.
KRX need 1. 3 more points needed for AURORA. Even if they get fully eliminated after this fight, they just need 3 points secured on D+. This would be a record-breaking global event if we can get 6 teams over 116 points. And meaning a third of the lobby would be in the Smash zone.
Yep.
The likelihood of us getting an actual Smash, internationally speaking, the very first of its kind, Hot Shoots, would be through the roof. We need to see it happen. This is maybe one of the only opportunities we'll have this year of this situation going down.
And it's not a big ask. It really isn't. KRX just needs 1 point. Aurora needs 3. Can they get it, though? Man, if Aurora doesn't reach Smash Zone here, it'll be just one of the biggest fall-offs. I mean, they were a lock for it coming into today, but just 4 matches in, hardly putting up anything on the board. Can they do it now?
They're being very cautious. I mean, really good use of the ridge from Aurora because they see that D+ don't have circle advantage. Same for BTR at North.
Party?
And as they see D+ getting peppered, getting knocked, they want to try and steal away that point. Oh, this is good from top. Really good response. We don't want to take that line of sight. We just want to try and get that elimination for free. We don't care how we do it. The nade's coming out, and it gets that knock confirmed. That's Yol now pushing them up from 3 points away from the Smash Zone, now down to 2. And Chips instantly, knowing that position is nadeable, looking to go down below in this ridgeline. Two more. Can they secure those eliminations, Hotrix? Can they make it happen?
2 more. That's all they need. Doc moving around. They should be able to. I think they have the gun skill to do it. It's just got to make sure you put yourself in a good position. Don't spread yourself out too thin. This is 2 different teams you're fighting here. Reefus all the way in the back line, not able to really help out his team just yet. Okay, let's figure out what they're going to do. Doc moving up towards Bigatron. You know, he's itching to fight.
Oh, this is back KRX down to just a solo player. If he gets eliminated, that's it. They won't enter the 116-point club as D+ Kia looking to go for a quick surround play, trying to wrap it all around the side of Aurora. And Doc is just solo up north against the entirety of BTR. The docketing, will it work out in their favor or will it be their downfall? As Top going for the cheeky jump shot, trying to get something done. He does get the damage. It's Reefus.
One more.
Connects onto Notable. They confirm it. And with that said, they gave himself 3 eliminations. We wait for the leaderboards to update, and Aurora will enter the Smash Zone. And now just looking for the flex as they eliminate the entirety of D+.
They got it going on here. Aurora have reached the Smash, and where are they going to end up in this game? That's going to be the question. So now it's up to KRX with 1 player up to get 1 more singular point. But now Aurora have woken up. They are starting to dominate this lobby. The next zone, though, does go away from them. They're going to have to get looted up, and they're going to get going really, really quickly here.
I'm not even playing the game, and I'm feeling just so much pressure right now. Of course, looking at this, if Aurora or Noxian Red Force get the win, it will not count towards the Smash ruling taking effect. The only teams that can really smash right now would be RRQ and FURIA. You can see that with the little target symbol on the rankings. Only those 2 teams can end the tournament on this 5th game of the day. And FURIA actually talking about their position. They're in circle. They got a great valley spot. It's pretty hard to breach. They just want to try and zone teams away. One of those teams being actually RRQ, the other team that could end the tournament right now. Any casualties would be massive as Lepar, out of nowhere, just finding Razak on BTR. Whew, these guys just constantly fighting. Even in a bad position, they can still take home some points.
Trying to catch Sweat and Squad, trying to reach that Smash Zone as well. They're not out of the race for it just yet. 106 points. They got to cross the road, though. Turney K able to make it to safety. How about the last one? Here comes Mormon. And he should be able to make it as well. So E-Arena forced to do a northern wrap rotation. Does look like they are able to get to somewhat safety, but they're going to have to battle it out with Al-Ula and Claws up on the north side.
By the way, quick map update. QXC, the sole survivor of KRX, he's inside Valle del Mar, so he's just trying to survive. And I feel like from that position, he's looking really safe. There's no team behind him except for Aurora. If he doesn't get spotted, I feel like KRX will also make it to 116 points. It's looking very likely unless a massive upset happens. Al-Ula, really strong defense onto E-Arena. That rich push-up is instantly getting punished.
Quick.
So quick, getting himself another one. And Al-Ula really today just waking up, getting so many big fights. It started on Rondo and it continues on the Dusty Dunes. As E-Arena suffering, meeting their maker here as Mormon, the last player, just looking to go for a quick reposition, maybe leave the entire ridge. But I don't think Al-Ula are going to let it happen, and I also think they should not let it happen. We need to see them go a little bit more on the offensive.
Yeah, Al-Ula need to go crazy. They can still enter Smash, but they really need to almost wipe out this whole lobby and win the game.
Wait, by the way, Aurora just jumped up in 2nd place off the back of that fight. So that even if we do not have a Smash ruling, Aurora they could secure the silver medal. But we know these guys have gotten the silver medals so many times in the past. It will not be enough.
Silver Kings.
To quench their hunger. They want to go the entire way. Come on, we need to see them get the points. But they're losing everyone. It's down to just one. I believe that's them fully eliminated. As Reefus gets taken on out. It's down to just a solo, actually. The win is done.
Yeah, the win is done. That is Aurora out of there. So now we're going to be looking at the rest of the lobby.
Down in the valley. They got a few neighbors here in FURIA and PTR as NOFFICAL spotted. Again, a player that goes out so early in these recent games for RRQ. Not looking too good. The FURIA now kind of left alone. They've been chilling, able to really play that ridge line. He got in particular being very adventurous with a cliff position. Maybe one nade if he has it. He does have one piece of utility right onto Genfos. Could be massive as the circle is gifted over to Al-Ula. BTR also got a decent position to call home. Out of all these teams, who knows who's going to get it? But we did see also in a few seconds ago, KRX got eliminated. It will be only 5 teams in the Smash Zone in this final game, Hockey.
And down goes Genfos. So RRQ will not smash in this one. It's all up to FURIA. If FURIA win this game, it is all over. So FURIA eliminates RRQ. That pushes them up to 2nd place. Igor, you could, yeah, just look at him. Keeping an eye out on the rest of these teams. They got a really good position in this zone. They can make it work.
They definitely could, but with the low ground, it's definitely a massive advantage created for Al-Ula. As all gamers here over down to the southern side, leaving Valle del Mar. It's going to be Thunder Talk. But really, Thunder Talk need points if they want to make PMWC, but I just don't see it happening. All gamers, the beast has awoken inside them, and they've been taking so many big fights back to back in these last 2 games. They don't even need to get anything done, Hot Jukes, if they want to make it to Paris. Their position is already locked in. But just for the fun of it, they take down Thunder Talk, and that's a top 6 for them. Really not getting anything of value done this match.
Man, all gamers, though, they can reach the Smash rule real quick. The Smash Zone, at least. If they win this game, or even just do a little bit more here. Only 6 more.
Oh, actually, yeah.
Actually, no. Yeah, actually, yeah, they can. They can. They have to win this game with some more eliminations.
Not even win it. A 2nd place would be enough if they purely get placement points, or even just a top 5 with a few eliminations, which they are in top 5, right? So actually, yeah, I kind of forgot about all gamers entirely for a big portion of today, which is my bad. Which is definitely my bad, because they are making it happen. It's not over for your PEL Spring champions. But I feel like this is tough because there's so many teams you have to pay attention to. Anyone can take it home. This is one of the toughest tournaments as a cast, I would say, Hodrix, because there's too many storylines literally all intertwined and clashing at the very end. We just don't know what's going to go down at the very bitter moments of these games.
Yeah, I mean, Al-Ula, if they take out everybody and win the game, they reach Smash Zone, right? All gamers right there, they could do it. FURIA win this game, it's over, right? It's the only team that really can't do anything is Bigatron at this point. So Razak getting knocked by all gamers, that's going to help them out, that's for sure. But let's just see what happens here.
Yeah, BTR not looking too good. Hyunbin, MVP contender, rocking up. Good Molotov inside of that building. And BTR, all the control has just been completely lost. The grasp on this game has been completely denied. And that's going to be another Molotov by XEY this time. But though he doesn't have time to flush it out, it's Nongshim Red Force for the win. Keeping all 4 members in a very healthy position. But FURIA looking for the 3rd party. We saw earlier, it's very nadeable. They get 1, get a 2nd. Nongshim Red Force. They still making a Smash Zone, but the chicken dinner here, it's looking to be taken away by FURIA. That could, again, end the tournament right now as they reach the top 4.
FURIA is on a tear. They are on the move right now. Now it's, Chief getting knocked by Hyunbin and gets thirsted. That is huge to the side for the whole lobby here. As Silence and Igor, it's up to them to make something happen. 1v2 situation. Hyunbin holding the angle. Igor throwing that molly into the building. That's going to shut down that angle. He is actually on fire, and that is Nongshim Red Force out. FURIA with 2 players up. Gonna try to steal this chicken dinner away and the whole tournament away from everyone.
The circle is not looking too good for FURIA, and really good play from Hyunbin. He flushes out Chief, meaning it's not a trio, it's down to a duo, and it's the man advantage headed the way of all gamers and Al-Ula. It's looking bad for all gamers, as you said earlier, right? If they do go the entire way, Smash Zone is available. could make it 6 teams entering the 116-point club. As great spray from Silence, making the numbers of all gamers dwindle. But in that position, it still seemed like a pretty resible spot, so I'm not too scared. All gamers should remain as a full team. But the team that scares me the most really is Al-Ula from the high ground position, looking really comfy in Phase 7. Might be the case in Phase 8. They can just rain absolute hell upon every single one of the enemy players.
Yeah, there's no way. I mean, the whole lobby has to realize that where FURIA is, right? They have to know, okay, FURIA is still alive. They are down there. So, honestly, the smart thing is all gamers and Al-Ula just focus right here on this position. Take them out. Allow yourselves a chance to continue into the last game of the day. And now Igor, it's all up to him once again by himself to make some magic happen.
Igor, I mean, at this point, you just want to try and survive. I'm going to use the C word. He has to camp it, really. Oh, no, is he going to slip down again? No, okay, he makes it.
Okay.
Got to be careful because that blue zone damage is ticking hard on Phase 7. I don't think he has the meds to survive it. But he does take a bit of damage, trying to make it over the lip of the ridge. All gamers looking that way. They know especially that other player was a player from FURIA, trying to put down the smokes to survive, make the push over onto Liu. Makes it to a bit of a safe haven there in that building, which is very nadeable. And as I say that, Liu already instantly about to pull the trigger on that one. Good nade, get some damage, but the flush has yet to occur.
That one hurt. And the blue zone, oh my gosh, it's going to push him out. He's got to walk out. No, he's going to count. No, actually, he is going to go ahead and send it. Yeah, he wants it. No, that is Igor out. No smash happening here. But all gamers can reach that smash zone. Al-Ula, unfortunately, not enough eliminations to get into that position. But still going to put themselves in a good spot to make some money. What?
Jukes is done. They're just 6 points away. They get second place. This is all gamers entering the Smash Zone 100%. Even if they do not get the chicken dinner, it's worked out. Meaning we will be having 6 teams in the Smash Zone on the very last game of the MACAO Invitational 2026. And if they can get the cherry on top with a win, that would be even more impressive from the China PEL Spring champions. Liu rocking up good ridge control as Reb will be snuffed out by Flower H. That has been showing up some amazing results today. The numbers have just been through the roof for this guy. And now with that ridge control, who knows? I do believe, yeah, all gamers still got 5 nades and 3 nades in the hands of Al-Ula. In a low ground position like this, 1 grenade, Flower H might just get taken out instantly.
Who's going to win it? Who's going to win it? Right now, all gamers, like you mentioned, going into that smash zone. Al-Ula looking to put some more money into their pockets here. This is going to put them in a good position to maybe even steal a podium finish if Al-Ula be able to win the last game. But yeah, just a little too late to try and steal the championship. But all gamers are now in that position where they can make it happen. It's a possibility.
Definitely is for a team that really, I would say everyone just completely started to ignore after the initial 2-day performances, especially day 2. They could bring it back from the brink of death and actually be crowned the champions. That would be an insane statement. But no one is to be underestimated on the PUBG Mobile Esports global stage. It's 2v2. It's getting intense. At least we know we are going to be having a final match after this. It's not done or dusted after this performance. So nade comes out. Flower H, luckily enough, still has 3 pieces of utility. And the center of the circle does favor Flower H and Liu. Al-Ula don't have any options here, Hot Jukes. They need to push downhill, and that transition is going to be one of the toughest to execute in the entire game.
Here we go. It's a party on the mountainside. Yeah, sir. Just trying to get some shot down. It's a nice headshot and gets it on Liu. So now it is a 2v1. Al-Ula versus Flower. Flower is in big trouble here, but these guys have done enough. That is an Al-Ula win. Good to see the MENA team busting out a chicken dinner here. But man, this last game coming up is going to be a doozy, Maxman.
I just did some quick math. I believe Al-Ula is just 4 points away from the Smash Zone. They're 4 points away. KRX are just 1 point away. Influence Rage 6 points away. Again, highlighting how insanely gifted this entire lineup of 16 teams truly is. It's down to the wire. It's do or die. And some of these dreams have already been crushed. But there are still 6 teams, Hot Jukes, 6 teams that have made it in the Smash Zone that could be crowned your champions. Will it be happening? Will we get the first ever international Smash ruling taking effect? It could be going down here on Miramar.
1/3 of the lobby. Literally 1/3 of the lobby. One of those teams win, it's all over. They are the champions. One thing that we got to talk about, though, Max, and I want to give them mad props, is TIANBA. No matter what happens in this next game, I can confidently say they've done enough points to win them a ticket to Paris. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
like, even if they don't win this tournament, we'll see them at EWC because they have so many points. Nobody can pass them points-wise, right?
Yeah, it's looking really unlikely unless like some extreme case scenario will have to go. We should have an update graphic at the end telling us who goes to Paris, I do believe. But here you go with your game MVP. It's going to be Quick. But really, it's good to see Quick present again. His last few games have been absolutely stellar. So overall, congratulations to AURORA and Quick in particular. Even Claus had some good moments here and there. He's been really all over the place, but still getting some points. So really, really happy, genuinely, for the boys from MENA. Which is surprising too, because Nigma Galaxy, a team that is well more renowned around the world of PUBG Mobile Esports, it's surprising to see it's actually the other squad that's less global experience doing as well as they are. So definitely got to throw the flowers to the boys. Just looking back at some of the highlights of this game, and this fight in particular, D+ versus AURORA, really allowing AURORA to make in the smash zone. It was close, man. D+ were ready. They got some good knocks initially, but they turned it around, and AURORA make it up to 116 points.
They still keeps them in the running here, right? They had a really rough final day, but with that, they are now in that smash zone, and all it takes is a chicken dinner to win yourself a global championship. Unreal. As
You know
saw
what?
that. What's up?
Actually, just to say, I feel like this is the most intense global finals we are ever going to have. This game
doubt,
is
dude.
going to be absolute cinema, and I ain't memeing it for jokes and giggles. I really mean it. This is going to be the most insane, craziest game we have ever witnessed. It's not maybe quite not on the level of that PMGC 2024 finals in London with the island finish for D+. Maybe not to that level, but it's second place in my opinion. I feel like this could be the second best global finish we have ever witnessed in PUBG Mobile Esports.
And I'm gonna keep my voice locked and loaded here, man, because I have a feeling it's gonna be long gone after this one. Because tomorrow, this next game is gonna be absolute insanity. AURORA, 19 points, good to see. FURIA with 12, and then all gamers sneaking their way by just maybe 1 to 2 points into that top, at least into that smash zone. Wild here to see right at the end.
Yeah, absolutely crazy stuff for a team that I feel like, again, a lot of people, myself included, just kind of stopped paying attention to. And I was like, not really happening. I feel like the dream's done. But no. They said, sit down, boys. We mean business. And they're bringing it back from the brink of doom. So, here you go. The leaderboards are here. And they do jump over in a smash room by a singular extra point here. Well, technically 2, because if you tie 116, you still enter the smash zone. But yes, the teams that could become your PMMI 2026 Grand Champions are TIANBA, FURIA, Nongshim Red Force, AURORA, RRQ, and finally, All Gamers.
There they are, folks. Everybody else just going to be trying to hit a podium finish. Their chance of winning this is done for. 0 shot. But, man, these top 6 teams, it's so crazy. A third of the lobby is wild here. So we're just going to have to wait and just see what happens into this last game. The tension's going to be at an all-time high. Man, all of them have deserved it. They've done extremely well. It's just crazy to see, a team like AURORA 4, 0, 3, 4, and 5 just not able to get a big game under their belt, but they were able to make it into that smash zone right here at the last second.
Not gonna lie, the way Aurora's been playing, it's not enough to get a win. So actually, I would say AURORA is one of the teams that I think has the least likely chance to make it and get a winner chicken dinner. But that's the thing about AURORA, is when you start to doubt them, Hot Tricks, that's when they're like, actually, we're really good at PUBG Mobile Esports.
Oh, I forgot.
I say
I forgot
that.
I shoot with my left hand instead of my right,
It might be the reverse curse right now happening for them. As we go on to the second page, very unfortunate turn of events for Influence Rage after their insane consistent run from yesterday. I was thinking, okay, easily they can make it to 116. Now, I thought they were going to do it in literally the first maybe 2-3 games, but no, the points are just not showing up, and they do get taken on out very early in some of these games. As we look at the top eliminators, and QZZ is still up there, but Hyunbin, for the very first time, overtaking top for the MVP contenders location. who knows, Hyunbin maybe in the very last game could be showing up and getting that award for himself.
That would be wild. You'd have to go crazy in this last game, but who knows, right? If Nongshim Red Force get crazy amount of eliminations and win it, I mean, that's it. They're your champs, and who knows, Hyunbin might be able to take the MVP as well. Crazy to think about, especially with how consistent QZZ has been all day, except for the last game. Yeah, last game, he ends up going out early, and top is still going to continue and hold on with that top damage.
Still, extra damage headed the way of top. He's going to be #1 overall, but FURIA able to jump from 4th position to 3rd, maybe looking to... I mean, actually, one decent game, and FURIA could be #1 in terms of overall damage, but we were told we're not checking out the MVP rankings just yet. It's going to be a bit of a surprise as we get ready for the final match of the PUBG Mobile Macau Invitational 2026.
It is now, guys. It has become what a crazy story, and now is the time to find out who will be your champions. 6 teams can make it happen here. If they win this final match, they will automatically become the champions.
It is the hour of reckoning here in Macau. All Gamers, RRQ, Aurora, Nongshim Red Force, FURIA, TIANBA, 6 teams, not only in the Smash Lane, also setting a brand new record for PUBG Mobile Esports, globally speaking. 6 squads that could become your champions. Be able to take it. But that's not the only question we have to answer here, Hot Jukes. It's also, if we do not get a smash, can they catch up to the 141 points of TIANBA, which generally at this point of the game, most of the teams can do, but it will require a massive performance. If they don't get the chicken dinner, they need at least the top 3 with a ton of eliminations to keep that dream alive.
Here we go. Who's going to make those dreams come true? That is the question here, folks. The last match of the day is ready. These players are in the lobby. They have worked all year round to be able to get to this position with one of the most competitive lobbies I have seen in PUBG Mobile history. Let's find out what is going to happen.
And here we have it. Who will end the game? We have, for the very last time, made our way onto the dusty dunes of Miramar. It's match number 18. Smash Point is in full effect. 6 squads could be crowned your champions. And who will it be? The plane path is coming out. It's a very southern one, Hot Jukes. Some teams not going to be loving it. TIANBA, as per tradition, making their way straight into Valle del Mar.
They are heading down south, baby. Let's find out, right? Are they going to be able to hold on via points, or will one team usurp them via the smash rule? Man, this championship is still up for grabs. This one perfect game, it could change everything. Let's find out who rises to the occasion here as this plane path. Yeah, down south. AURORA are up north there. We're looking at FURIA. They are going to be heading up north as well. AURORA dropping down near Chumacerra. Let's see. Oh, man, where this circle's going to go. Will it be another southern one? Will it go up north? It goes up north. All right, so teams are going to have to get looted very quickly and get on the move.
Usually I would not care too much about this kind of a circle, but because so many teams, actually all the teams that are in the Smash ruling right now are not in the play zone, this phase 1 rotation could already kind of shut down the opportunity for one of the teams to be crowned the champions. Except for maybe TIANBA, they could still remain number 1 even if they get 0 points because of that massive lead they created for themselves. It's going to be a 12-point gap they have, which technically speaking, FURIA is most likely able to close it without a win. Unless the other teams below, Nongshim Red Force in particular, get a huge elimination-centric game. And I really got to give a lot of respect to Nongshim Red Force. They've really never given up, even after some ups and downs throughout the entirety of this event, Hot Jukes. The way they've been able to just come back, especially in the last 2 days of the finals, is nothing less than impressive. And if they can actually pull it out here, out of nowhere, this will be one of the most impressive tournaments win I have seen in a hot minute in this esports. So Nongshim Red Force, and especially Hyunbin, will see if they can bring it back to South Korea.
Let's go. So out of all the top 6 teams that could win this tournament, right, you have TIANBA and All Gamers from China, FURIA from Brazil, and of course you got Nongshim Red Force South Korea, AURORA from Mongolia, and you got RRQ just waiting to see if they can make the crazy comeback as well. I mean, what a crazy tournament so far, Max.
It's been pure madness from start to finish. And you know what? We're talking about the teams in top 6, Aldrich. So I kind of want to broaden the conversation a bit more. As KRX, AURORA, Influence Rage, E-Arena, let's say it's not a mash, no, I don't know. If it's not a smash for the top 6, those teams I just mentioned, the point gap is not that big. They could do also push up in top 3 if the top of the rankings don't get really that many points on board. So it's not just the top 6, really. I would say it's the top 10 we need to pay close attention to. TIANBA finally going to be good for their own rotation. I like that they delayed it a little bit here because it allows teams ahead of them to just go on their rotation, so you're not going to be caught off guard on that western highway. So I think TIANBA are definitely playing it as they should with this kind of circle and plane path combo.
Yeah. And you got to play it safe at this point. I really like to see RRQ up here. You know, it's great to see this Indonesian team come out so strong. I think out of the 2 Indo squads that we saw here, I mean, I definitely was expecting bigger things when it comes to Bigatron, but then RRQ just did like a legendary comeback by winning 2 back-to-back chicken dinners, put them in the show here, right, to possibly win this whole thing out. With this northern plane path, RRQ is going to be going towards the south side. They're actually there's the 3 teams in the Smash are very close together right now. You got TIANBA, FURIA, and RRQ. not too far away from each other on this rotation, but they should be able to avoid one another, at least for now.
By the way, just for those who have maybe never seen a smash rolling take an effect, I want to explain. If all gamers, for example, do get a win, even a very low elimination-based win, and TIANBA remain up there and still have more points, the win will still be secured by all gamers. It's not about who has the most amount of points, it's just about getting that chicken dinner. And that's why I feel like this finish is going to be incredibly tense, because teams are just looking to survive. Even as a solo, you could still have that opportunity to win the entire tournament. That is the scenario we could be seeing unfold in this very last game. It's all about the chicken dinner. That really is going to be the difference maker on this final match. Something to keep in mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely. FURIA not able to hit any shots there onto TIANBA. TIANBA able to sneak away from that one. That would have been a huge knock right there. So Igor moving away from now. Oh, that's RQ! AURORA finding Lepar. Devastation on the side of Indonesia.
Oh, they tried to do a repeat of their Miramar win of yesterday, going for the high ground, but quick about it. AURORA, extra point secured for them. Looking to jump up in the rankings a little bit, overtaking maybe KRX in 7th. But RQ going up there when you've done such a long, wide rotation to get in the zone in the first place, it was a very risky, ballsy play, and it will not be rewarded. Lepar, especially out of all the players you want to lose, I would say Lepar and Genfos are one of the two big names on this squad that has been putting up so many big eliminations. This is really going to hinder their chance of a win. I would say down to a trio, your odds of a win instantly down to single-digit percentage chance of that working out for you.
100%. That is 100% the correct percentage.
100% low percentage.
Yeah, 100% low percentage, you know, because, yeah, this lobby is just so intense right now because there's so many teams that could win it. Everybody wants to move up the leaderboards even more. Even Weibo don't want to be in last place. But that's going to be a tough order considering that they're still quite behind S2G. Meanwhile, as far as interesting rotations, Nongshim Red Force are way down south right now. So they are going to be one of the final teams to get in here. And let's see what they're going to be able to do.
Yeah, for context, they are still in Partona on the southern island. I don't know how you feel about it, Hot Jukes. I feel like that is not a good play. I know that even a 0 elimination chicken dinner will give you the championship, but I feel like they're going to have no information where anyone is parked up. And if they're very unlucky, we get a northern shift towards La Cobreria or even Oasis. I would say that's game over for Nongshim Red Force. They would literally need an item that's not in esports, which is the emergency pickup, if they want to make it to zone safely. So, Nongshim Red Force, no idea what's going on. There you go. Look at their position on the southern island of Miramar. They're cooking something. I just don't think it's a 5-star meal.
Oh, no. Don't tell me that. Okay, I thought the Marauder got stuck there for a second. Yeah, they are playing this way too passively here. They're going to have to get lucky if they really want to win this, I think. They're going to have to wait. Hope the zone goes down south while they're barely cressing into that circle, and they're able to make something happen. Because you're right. If it goes up to La Corrida, they're going to be in big trouble.
Come on, Nongshim Red Force, just show us that myself and Hodrix don't know what we're talking about. Just find an insane way to enter the circle. I would love to be proven wrong, but it is super risky to do a rotation like that because of the lack of information, as I already mentioned. And circle about to go into
it's
stage
so risky
2
too.
20. It is. I mean, stage 2 is going to pop in 15 seconds. We're going to see if it was a good idea or bad idea, literally in just now 10 seconds. It's risky, man. I'm really uncertain about this move.
Yeah, I mean, this late in the game, yeah, you can see their rotation right here. This late in the game, every team is just looking and waiting to spot the slightest vehicle movement. Fortunately for them, the zone does head a little bit more to the south side, so they should have an easy rotation on into that building if they can get there fast enough. Though AURORA is looking them to beat them to it. As AURORA going to find a position in the zone, TIANBA already set up, RRQ is dead center, and you got FURIA up on the north side.
Ready elimination feed going to light up a little bit there with an extra elimination secured. Oh, TIANBA aching. That's another member you really just don't want to lose and get the car in a hidden spot. But really, there's no position you can hide here. You're just asking for RQ to get a perfect line of sight onto you. So if you're the side of TIANBA, you have to go on the western side of this mountain. The east is just not playable. And this rotation's taking so long. What is this response of TIANBA? They're taking their merry time, taking so much damage. But RQ also wasting a bit of their bullets. So you've got to be careful. The ammo count can be a little bit low, while Suki's just up there. few nades, who knows? Maybe that could really spell disaster for TIANBA, but yeah, that was a bit of a weird response. It took a long time to be kicked into gear.
Oh my gosh, it's funny how you say that, but if you could get a POV of like TIANBA, like I guarantee their foot is like pedal to the metal of the gas. You know, they're just like, I'm giving it all she's got, Captain. It's just not moving. It's just so tough. I mean, you know, they're trying to go as fast as they possibly can, but this terrain can be so treacherous at Miramar. That's why the vehicle rotations are so dang difficult. But you are right. You know, if they were able to make that rotation just a little bit quicker, they would have been extra safe. But they are in this next zone, still alive. So now we're looking at all gamers on rotation, as they're one of the teams that could smash here. And they still have all 4 players up.
That was a very good rotation, by the way, through that terrain. They used the lower elevated ground, so it actually keeps them hidden from the shots coming their way from, I believe that was Influence Rage. So good terrain knowledge as Weibo losing one again. That's going to be 33Z. I feel like that's just going to get them stuck in last position, unable to overtake S2G in 15th. How the turntables going into that one. Really, Weibo, it seems like losing order on their lineup really caused so much mayhem for them that they could not do anything in these finals. It really sucks to see.
Yeah, super unfortunate. Aurora are going to be very spread out on the southern side. They have a good position in this next zone, so maybe this could be the game that they make something happen, and it couldn't be a better time, that's for sure. But right now, everybody just getting set up. Still stage 2, folks, but we're going to get into the action very, very soon here.
Oh, they got a camel. And maybe not the most optimal way to rotate throughout Miramar, so I would not recommend XZY or Hyunbin to use it. Actually, that's one thing I've never seen in PL. Camels on top of a glider.
I've never seen the camel. Yeah, the camel glider play would be crazy right now.
the Chinese special Miramar might have happened before. Maybe I just didn't see it, but Circle about to shift it. Nongshim Red Force were able to find their way into the play zone down south, but the Circle's got a different plan in mind for them. Look at Aurora, by the way, down south. They got this mountain control onto Nongshim Red Force. If they hold the line, Aurora might just destroy the opportunity for Nongshim Red Force to be crowned the champions. Because, you know, especially, you got Ziol, you got Top with the Mini 14. These guys, if they spot you, that's an instant headshot headed away from Mongolia.
Ziol now popping some shots onto Nongshim. He's got the high ground, and he's going to use it, that's for sure. Seeing if he can steal off some eliminations. Not able to hit the shots just yet. Meanwhile, you got Aurora Refus over here on this launch pad. And he's going to be holding that ramp for a while. His team fighting, playing this very carefully. But they are starting to get peppered here. Gotta be careful. That's actually a lot of shots. Ziol putting some pressure onto Nongshim. And just beating up these vehicles on rotation.
I would say be careful here because he's peeking, he's thrown down on the ground. That's a very easy headshot for Nongshim. So yeah, you got to reposition here. You see they set up a bit of a defensive position behind that ridge. So yeah, go back into hiding. That's fine. You still maybe do a little bit of damage to their vehicles. That's going to be making that rotation a bit tougher to execute. But yeah, TIANBA taking a casualty.
Air gets knocked from TIANBA. That is a big fight. We got to keep an eye on that right now. They are your first place leaderboard team. And yeah, Eagle is knocked. Where's the rest of the team? I don't think they can go get him because Alula have that top ground. It's up to Milu. Milu has to hit a big knock with that mini.
Just give it up. I would say Eagle, unfortunately, he's been a great player this tournament for TIANBA, but that position in that shed, very nadeable. Reb in particular is getting in that area, looking to wrap it up. And with the knife, the ultimate disrespect onto Eagle. TIANBA losing one. This tournament win, of course, they still have a massive point lead. But losing a player, literally on phase 3, when still we have 60 players alive in this lobby, that is a massive loss for this team.
Yeah, it is a massive point lead. But it could still be passed up, believe it or not, right? You got FURIA and Nongshim not too far behind. At the end of the day, though, if they win the game, it's over anyway. So they pass them up no matter what. But we're going to have to wait and see what happens here. As this is the calm before the nightmare storm about to happen here for so many of these teams.
Not just a storm, a nightmare storm. That's getting really bad, really, in this game.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be Nongshim Red Force finally pushing over the ridgeline. They do spot the fuming and actually on fire vehicle of S2G. Good elimination secured by Tizzy. And that's actually allowing them to close their gap slightly between themselves and FURIA. That is now just going to be a 4-point differential. Nongshim Red Force could be looking to get that silver medal if they maintain this kind of momentum. But XEY, he's eliminated. Well, not eliminated yet, but I believe in that position is going to be very shortly before it happens, and indeed confirmed by EECA. Schweppes snatching that one away. EECA still involved in this discussion, doing some work.
Yeah, on to Nongshim too, one of the teams that could smash. The zone does go on over here. TIANBA. Yeah, great spot. You got RRQ there to the left. Aurora going to be coming in from the south side. And Nongshim Red Force battling out with S2G. This is a big one.
Wait, did Reefus just clutch up all of Bigatron? What just happened? Reefus saving the day on the launch padder from earlier. Oh my goodness, I wish we saw his POV. He does get picked off eventually by Quick, but Reefus, such a big fight.
Now
we'll see if the rest of the team is going to be there in time.
Yeah, now we're going to see if Nongshim can still hold on, though. As Dizzy's going to have to make a play. He finds Kami wide on the open. He gets it. Gets the confirmation as well. He's going to try to save the rest of his squad here as S2G is going for the reses here. They got the vehicles. Here they go. Hyunbin starting to push up. Can they save so easy in time? And they're going to get the spray downs. It looks like they just might be able to. DBS in hand. Hyunbin still trying to apply that pressure. Going to back off. Got that nade locked and loaded onto Lost. Lost is trying to clutch this up for his team, but he's going to get shut down. Nongshim Red Force survive.
He almost knocked his teammate Tizzy, but you know what? It's all good. It was worth it because you do win the fight. You get those 4 eliminations, and So Easy will be brought back into the fray. By the way, quick update onto Aurora. They did get Reefus back on his 2 feet, so there was no flush permitted from Alula. Massive play. I hope we'll see it later on in the highlights. Oh, Silence though might get that buggy stuck. It's going to slip down a little bit.
Back it up.
He needs it. He needs it if he wants to climb these mountainsides. And he's fine. There you go. Gets unstuck. Still 0 eliminations, but it does not matter. It's not about the eliminations. It's about the actual chicken dinner. And I feel like with this entry point, FURIA are playing it exactly as they should be.
Federal catching Schweppes off guard. That's EECA getting picked off. Man, that play from Reefus, that was so insane. Oh, I hope we do end up catching it in the highlights.
So 1v3?
Yeah, 1v3 situation, holding the ramp. What a clutch play.
Yeah, how did he do it? How did he do it?
Skill.
I guess we'll never know. Maybe this would be a good time to have a replay. As RRQ finally going to get pushed up. 2 teams in the Smash Zone. FURIA, RRQ. As the Indonesian team did lose Lepar very early on in this game. FURIA still got the entire force ready to send it at a moment's notice. And Silence in particular really just keeping NOPECO in check. Making sure he can't peek too aggressively this ridgeline. If he does, that's an instant headshot onto those 2 players on the mountain peak. The FURIA don't really have a great position in the zone. They need to push up. But in terms of advantage, Genfos and NOPECO, that was a great one. As Genfos almost getting knocked, but Silence just can't hit that final bullet.
The zigging and zagging working out for Genfos there. But now with that knock, that allows Chief to push up a little bit because Silence has an angle here. And he's going to keep applying those shots. That pressure so strong. But Chief in big trouble. Oh, he gets picked off.
Really well. Oh, yep, gets picked off. Yeah, at least he does have a little bit of cover, so that's fine, but he does get nade range. Ayala. Literally, 1 nade could be a 1v2. Can he get it? It's a good arc. It's a good timing, but unfortunately, a little bit too short. But he still has 2 more pieces of utility, 2 more opportunities to make it work out. The nade, again, slightly too short on that throw, while Silence is just keeping them in check, making sure they can't peek aggressively. The final nade almost gets NOPECO, but it will not connect fully. They still maintain position on the high ground. And FURIA have to push up now. There's no second option. You need to take the fight head on.
And fortunately for them, they get everybody back up. So now NOPECO is hurt. Genfos is going to be the last 2 players up. I did see Aurora have top get knocked, but he ends up getting back rezzed. The next zone does pop, and FURIA are outside of the circle. So what are you going to do, FURIA? Are you going to push on the RRQ and try to contain this high ground? Or are you going to rotate away?
Even more utility. They're really trying to rock up. Genfos and NOPECO just been a thorn in their side. And they're using so many resources to win this fight. Even if they win it, in terms of nades and ammo, they're going to be extremely low. Which making that chicken dinner is going to be tough. But he makes it up on top. It's going to be Higori. He saved the day earlier. He gets it 1 and 2. That's it. RRQ are done. It will not be going the way of Indonesia. Brazil is standing tall.
And they are looking on fire here. FURIA not messing around here in the final game. Looking to win this tournament and do it in style. They're making it happen here. They're not just doing it via smash roll. They are catching up to TIANBA. Now only a 9-point differential.
They can make it happen. Top 5 with a bunch of eliminations. And you know what? FURIA could be putting Brazil back on the map. After that Alpha 7 win during PMGC last year, the second one to make it happen could be the new squad. I'm sure their coach Knight would be extremely proud of them. But down south, Aurora having to give up that launch pad. The ramp is just not playable anymore. They have to give up the high ground, go down into the depth. And they're straight on this garage. We saw yesterday, right? That was TIANBA's garage. E-Arena pushed up. If you do a mistake, that garage can be a really strong hold in that zone.
E-Arena, Mormon tried to put some shots down range, but this is all our eyes need to be on these top squads right now. Aurora holding the building. FURIA trying to find a way into this next circle. They're right there on the edge. There's plenty of room here to sneak on in, but you're going to have to do it with that gun skill because you got AURORA right there. You got TIANBA right past them. And who knows where this next circle is going to pop. So stage 5 zone is starting to close. 1 minute on the clock. We'll find out where this next zone is going. But meanwhile, let's look at all gamers. Another team that can smash here. Ooh, in the wide open. And FURIA is punishing them.
That is as close as it can be to an impossible rotation. You have all of FURIA just looking away, plus AURORA. Sorry to say, all gamers, I feel like you had other options available. This one was just not it. It's actually really good to clamp back from TRE. KRX able to get a bit of damage down onto Higor, the Lord and Savior from this team. But so does Ayala. Actually, got to be careful there. FURIA really struggling. And it's going to be Doc with the off angle. The docketing actually working out for them. He finds one. Can he get silenced? If he gets an extra knock and maybe a flush on this team, FURIA, that win, it just is not going to be happening.
Does look like he should be able to get this res off, though. And then with that secure that vehicle, Doc is going to be like, all right, hey, I've done enough damage. I'm out of here. But if you can try and slow down FURIA anyway, you got to take it, especially if you're on the side of Aurora. But man, FURIA are not messing around. 4 points so far. There's all gamers, man. Their dreams. They barely were able to make it in here. And now those dreams are slowly getting crushed as Liu tried to do some vehicle shenanigans. He pops in the vehicle, goes to the driver's side, gets out. Maple gets eliminated, and it's all up to him.
That was a good play. Good little movement from Liu. Just trying to get a few extra points. You know what? I feel like the chicken dinner definitely not headed their way. It's all about the extra prize pool. Let's see if he can somewhat make it work out with a few placements. Maybe an elimination. As a solo, we've seen worst odds working out in their favor before. Sigurd getting pushed downhill. AURORA's just waiting with a high gun position. Quick in particular has been absolutely fantastic today. This is a tough one. I feel like FURIA, this rotation, unless they go for a full-on crash onto a team, it just might not work out. And they're actually going downhill right onto Doc. Are they going to crash the garage of Aurora? That might be the option they go for.
They're thinking about it. The only thing is they don't have any util left. So super unfortunate when it comes to the side of FURIA. And now you got TIANBA right next to them as well. FURIA losing resources. Right now just forced to boost up. They're going to need a big play here if they want to win this tournament.
I have to say, the circle just hates FURIA.
It really does. It just keeps running away from them.
It was a good early game rotation, heading to the western side next to Crater Fields, and you would look at the terrain and stuff. It's not too bad of an entry point, but then the circle keeps going east, forcing you around this ridge on the mountain. And you have all these teams proactively looking your direction. Man, oh man, if FURIA win it, it would be against all odds at this point. Snox and Red Force, though, looking at their odds of a win, not looking incredibly high as they're literally all stuck inside of the shed. One grenade would literally result in a squad wipe, but luckily enough, no one is nearby. But leaving this spot when KRX are just locked and loaded on that area, it ain't looking too good for South Korea.
Quick catches Ayala from FURIA. Are they going to be able to get that res? We'll find out. Silence going to start backing things up a little bit. And AURORA are pushing up. Reb has that nade. Is he going to be able to find anything this quick? Oh, he's got some good sight lines as well. Yeah, FURIA just trying to make something happen here.
Yeah, trying to rock up. They saw Quick, they saw Red, they know there is going to be the MENA threat up here, and they need to get rid of it. As Top does get Fabian, the Top also gets knocked by D+. It's going to be notable to get it done. Got to be careful, keep an eye out on that elimination feed. Things are going down quickly. Quick, nice headshot to Chi.
Oh, Aurora getting knocked.
Tied into the smoke, but yeah, Aurora really having a bad encounter with D+ Kia. Same for FURIA, as they will still be able to take himself the win, not losing a single member in that fight up to now. 7 eliminations. The gap between FURIA and TIANBA is incredibly slim right now, Hot Shoots.
Let's take a look at Aurora, though. Arziol gets knocked. Where is the rest of the team? There's Doc. It's all by himself. It's the docketing. Can he make something happen? No, he's way too far away. And he's going to watch his team go out here. It's all up to Doc to try and steal this tournament away all by himself. But FURIA are on a tear. They are stealing eliminations. They are catching up to TIANBA via points.
Yeah, it's going to get to the point of the game where they don't even need that chicken dinner. All they need is for the other teams like KR, well, not KRX, they're not actually in this match and they can't really get the win. But Aurora and Nongshim Red Force to not secure the chicken dinner. And of course, mainly TIANBA. But Furia pushing up action onto TIANBA. This could be the fight for the win. This could be the fight for the championship, Hot Chooks. Furia looking to push on their ridgeline. It is going to be in nade range.
They have the high ground. They're going to be throwing all the util they got, and it looks like it's going to be a fair fight. I don't see anybody coming in. Silence catches QCC. That's the knock that you need to start things off. Aki get big trouble. He gets knocked. It's up to Milu all by himself. Beyond Furia are looking to take this away from TIANBA and win this tournament.
Again, with one of the worst circles imaginable for this team against all odds. They're making it happen right now on the international stage in Macau. And they take down A-King. It's down to Milu. 141 points. They're looking comfortable. But look at it. It's only a 2-point difference between Furia and TIANBA. The lead they created in day one has completely been annihilated. And their dreams have been crushed by Furia. Brazil looking so good. As in the elimination, the KRX taken out. Nongshim Red Force looking strong, but that's it. TIANBA fully eliminated. 140 points. Furia making it happen here.
2 more points, and they will tie with TIANBA. 3, and that is it. They will pass up TIANBA via points, leaving only Nongshim Red Force and Aurora to possibly steal things away. Furia getting in the vehicles, but these guys are on fire. They are hungry. They are just ready to push and take this tournament. What a way to finish things off.
Of course, talking about Furia because of the 11 eliminations, but don't forget about Nongshim Red Force. They've been able to exit that shed, which I really did not expect to happen. Doc also, Sole Survivor, the only opportunity for this team to maybe win the trophy and push up in the top 3 on the podium. Chief, oh no, getting picked up by Suki Weibo, nothing to lose. Do get one, put it down onto Ayala. Furia getting absolutely decimated here. At least it will get some placement points. But oh my goodness, it's not working out as Aurora also get eliminated.
Aurora get eliminated, and now it's up to Silence. Silence and Igor alive. Need to get these eliminations. He sees Suki. He's got the DBS. He gets the knock, and he gets the finish.
That is massive. Silence with the DP28. He showed him PMGO. It's his best weapon, and he's proven it once again in Macau. Though he got picked away. That's going to be Nolbu with the AUG. Nolbu, never to be underestimated. You give him an inch, he'll take a mile. As Nongshim now having their work cut out for them, have to make it down the mountainside, up to 9 eliminations, a ton of resources available, so many bullets in their arsenal. They need to get the win as Silent Sole Survivor. If he does not get the win here, they're opening the opportunity for Nongshim Red Force to snatch away the trophy and become your PMMI champions.
Nongshim Red Force are looking like they're going to take this game. They're going to take this game, and they're going to take this tournament. They got 3 players up. The blue zone is to their back. Can Silence shut them down? He's got the nade. 4 seconds on this nade. Can he hit it? This will be huge. He throws it. It's not going to hit the mark, and now he's got to make the play with his gun. He hits the shots in a blender right now, going backwards and forwards in FPP, and now you got Noble applying that pressure. Silence got to try to make a play here. He gets one. Can he get the other? He cannot. That is Furia out of there. Now it's up to Nongshim Red Force. They have done enough, though. Furia has passed TIANBA. Nongshim need to try to take this tournament.
Yeah, and Furia number 1, but Nongshim Red Force needs to get the actual chicken dinner, and it's going to get pushed up by Nolbu. He's going to be left here in a 1v2. It's Tizzy and Hyunbin up against Nolbu. Can he secure it?
Nolbu with a shotgun. Now you got Hyunbin there with the DBS looking to take this tournament and win it! It's Nongshim Red Force! They smash and win this tournament!
There you have it. They make it happen from the eastern mountainside on this crater field, and they do go up against all of the odds. We thought it would be Furia, but no, the fragging power is absolutely top tier. Nongshim Red Force showing that they can take it home against all expectations. They beat all of the odds. It's South Korea for the win once again.
Are you kidding me? The South Korean team coming from nowhere, and they get it done.
2026 PMMI.
Yoti, let's
Welcome, Ines.
Wow, guys, what a crazy story. Nungshim Red Force with a crazy comeback.
Congratulations.
Let's
Legends in the
head
making.
over to the championship
Now,
moment.
please welcome Ines.
Let 来，让我们有请 NS
Let us
捧起属于
invite
你们的
Ines
冠军
to
奖
lift the
杯。
trophy.
Congratulations to NS. Please hold your trophy.
没有人能轻易走到王位。
No one
无数
reaches
次
the
的
throne
架枪突
easily.
围，
Countless
无数
fights,
次的极
countless
限逆
last
转，
second
换来了
comebacks.
这一刻的加
All
冕
of。it has
让我
led
们
to
再
this
次恭喜
final moment
NS 战队
Let's
获
congratulate
得
NS again
2026澳门邀
for
请赛
claiming the
冠
2026
军。
PMMI Championship.
Congratulations to NS for climbing the championship of 2026 Macau International.
有请冠军战队取下象征着荣誉的
Now,
核心子弹，进
We'll
入
invite
冠
our
军奖杯
champions
之
to
中。
take the